There it is.
Let me scooch this way a bit.
There it is.
Hello.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this clearly very well constructed.
Very calm, Dale. Calm.
Ignore the man behind the curtain. It is very well.
You did such a bad job of ignoring me, Tim.
Because you were there.
Yeah,
you were there. I didn't realise. I didn't realise what the bit was. Nobody discussed the bit with me.
I said ignore me. That's what the discussion was.
I didn't know. I didn't know. I need specific instructions about how to do this.
Immediate chaos. Immediate chaos.
I'll work on these conditions.
I know we won't work under these conditions.
Hello, everyone.
Who is Glenn? Hello, everyone.
People left because of that.
Welcome. This stream is going to be a technical nightmare. As you can tell, we have people in different locations. I have lost the headphone splitter that allows me to split my headphones more than two ways, but you can't play things over the speakers, otherwise it creates a feedback loop. But that's not important, because up there is Imogen Harris. Hello, Imogen. How are you?
Hello, I'm very well. I'm very thrilled to be here. Sorry to have to be remoting in.
That's okay. Now, Imogen...
Tim,
yes?
Your speakers are playing. I can hear that.
Well, I want to wait and find out if people complain about an echo, because if they don't, then it's all well. And if they do, then I can turn it off. Cool. But this is the only way to find out.
Back behind the curtain he goes.
I'm going to stab someone directly in the neck.
Is it going to be Ben?
It might be Ben. It might be Ben.
It is going to be Ben. It's definitely going to be Ben.
Okay, currently no echo, so you can hear people.
Oh, great.
The interesting thing is that Tim was having a meltdown about 5 minutes ago, and I said, "Hey Tim, do you want me to introduce everything?" And then his brain forgot everything and took over.
Yeah, and also you need to be closer this way, because you're disappearing from the side of that. It's monstrous. The green screen's panicking because everybody walking around the room is affecting the light levels. But what I was going to say is, welcome, Imogen Harris. Would you like to tell the people what actually interesting event that you have skipped out on to be here?
I'm at an absolutely banging house party.
An absolutely...
It's a 3-day event. We've been setting up all day. We've got sound systems. We've got a homemade disco ball that's like 3 meters in diameter. It's vast. Wow. I'm on the cocktail committee. It's just the best time.
And if you were to describe your levels of being turnt out of 10, how turnt are you?
No. Sober is how I describe it.
Oh, sober with a question mark.
Yes, sober. Yeah, now, if you were to describe it sober, would that be what we in the industry call a fucking lie, or would that be the truth?
I'm refreshed.
Refreshed. Oh, I see.
I'm in a state of heavy refreshment.
You've been refreshed to a permanent end.
So, friends, before we get too far into this, Imogen's going to go back to said Rager.
Yes.
In a while. So if you have questions for Imogen about the podcast, about LSR, now's the time to be thinking of them.
Yes.
Because you have such a short time
to
get them out and get such candid answers.
I'm going to just introduce the rest of the people, and then you can introduce the podcast and the point of this show.
Please?
You may, and actually,
wow.
And that can be your Christmas present. We've got over here one Sam Ray.
Hello.
Sam very kindly guested on the pilot episode, which is now available, and there will be links being shared of that during the show, during this stream rather. We've got Amy Dickinson currently holding a small wooden spoon that says "Tim is a spoon."
Hello.
Imogen play. Fucking who's? Well, it's been a long day.
I said when Ben came to the door, I said I'm going to go and let Tim in. So
who are we? Plays
who
Nix.
do I live with?
Nix in the pilot.
Do play Nix. It's so nice of you to mention that, Tim.
Look,
Isn't it really great that everyone gets to know what my character name is? Isn't that such an important fact that everybody needs to know?
Now look here. Whilst I was learning how to use video editing software and editing together the announcement video, we thought it would be fun if Amy got cut off. I then forgot to reinsert the bit of footage in which Amy says her name. Hang on a minute. What's the song?
The minute he walks in the room,
he's still walking in the room. He's walking in the room. That's quite a long point. So apologies to Amy for forgetting to include her name.
What is my character?
It's Nix, the poltergeist.
Isn't it great? Isn't that such good information?
It's a good info for everybody.
Good important information.
We also have, in his own words, bimbling about the room, Ben Meredith.
Bimbling.
He's bimbling. He's bimbling audibly, if not visibly.
Give us money, fuckos.
Yes, and that is
don't even have 3 pairs of headphones.
That is the subtext to this wonderful launch stream: is give us money, fuckos, but in a nice way.
We're so professional, Pentel.
Yeah. God, is the bird noise from here, or my local birds really loud? No, we're currently at Sisbury Ring. That's what's here. And it's the bird song from Sisbury Ring. It's one of the things I was frantically trying to set up. Wasn't it worth it? Ben plays Hooper.
Sure do.
He plays Hooper the Goblin, who you can hear in the pilot. People are complaining that the bird song is too loud. Hang on a minute, I need to turn down the bird song.
Turn down the countryside, Tim.
Turn down the countryside.
Too much countryside.
I mean, only if we could. It's quite loud, Tim.
Am I allowed to talk yet?
And we would have been joined by Jenny Halfeck, who plays Elizabeth, I don't know if the word main character is the right word. The protagonist.
The point of view character.
The POV character.
The person who gets to ask what's going on.
What's going on?
We're going to tell you what's going on.
And you,
human.
this stupid audience, you filthy beasts rooting around in the dirt for your morsels of entertainment. You're like, oh look, that would be me in this situation. That's the character I can relate to. Except the home crew, who will relate to Tripe the Goblin, who I play, and they'll be like, that's me, Tripe the Goblin. Where do you get those bones? Stop asking questions. But unfortunately, due to personal circumstances, Jenny was not available today, but will hopefully be with us for other events. Amy Dickinson, would you like to tell us what is going on?
I'm allowed to talk. Yes, so obviously we are here as we are launching the crowdfunder for our new podcast, G.O.B.L.I.N.S. Today it's gone live. It went live around the time that the pilot was released, about 2 p.m. BST, and it's currently on, little drum roll,
drum.
3,189
£3,189.
That's a bit nuts, guys.
Well, thank you all so far. How much do we need to raise in total to be fully funded?
So, in total, we are looking to raise £24,000. That is to fund an 8-episode first series. So, that pays the 5 of us in the main cast as writers and as performers. It pays our lovely guest performers. It pays Maddie Searle, our wonderful editor. It pays Franzi, who creates our wonderful transcripts. It pays Andrew, Cloudy Apple Art, who made our art, Tim for making our music, and hopefully it's going to pay for us to have a producer so that I am not doing things from my bed trying not to faint.
And I'm also going to insert in there, I'm going to use some of the funds to buy a 5-way headphone splitter unit.
Why?
Why?
Imagine why. What use would that have?
I don't fucking know, mate. I thought I already fucking owned one, didn't I? I thought I already had one in the fucking house and I couldn't fucking find it, so...
So, the crowdfunder is going to run for 2 months. 2 months. Hopefully that means if there's anyone who, understandably, cost of living crisis and such, can't pay until paydays, or wants to give but can't this month but might be able to next month, then hopefully us running it for 2 months gives a little bit of time for different people who might need it. It is a keep what we make crowdfunder, which basically means if we don't make the full amount, we'll still make the podcast, there just might be less episodes. And yeah, you won't find out what happens at the end of the love story.
Yeah, what we'll do is we'll set up weird, intricate, sort of like goblin world romances, and then we just won't resolve them, and you'll just be left.
So, quick point, we're gonna periodically go through the rewards that are available on the crowdfunder, the different things that you can get for pledging some money. And I was gonna say something else, but there's no oxygen in my brain, so I've forgotten what it was. But before we get too much into any of that stuff, I remember what it was. If you would like to donate, please donate to the crowdfunder, not via Ko-fi, and not by buying subscriptions and things. Whilst that money still comes to us, it doesn't go into the crowdfunder pot. It makes it hard for us to work out where people wanted that money to go. So yes, please donate to the crowdfunder directly. Links are going to be put into the chat periodically by the wonderful mods. Today we have Pentol, we have Moose, and we have Erin modding. So you can ask any of those 3 people should you need a link sharing. But before we go through the rewards, let's chat more to Imogen Harris.
Yes, we lose Imogen imminently, so...
And I am going to disappear off the side a little bit so Ben can come in.
Ben? Blen Meredith?
Scooch.
There we are, Buddy Longboy's in here.
Hey.
Take a pew. How's your day been, Ben?
Talk to Imogen, idiot.
Oh yeah, talk to Imogen. So Imogen, I haven't actually got questions from the audience for you yet. So I'm going to start with a question from me, which I've absolutely thought of and aren't thinking of right now, because who would do that?
Are you stalling, Tim?
I don't think I'm stalling, and you know what? Let's think of some synonyms for the word stalling: lengthening out a moment,
holding
off, stretching.
Improvising.
He really loves his voice, doesn't he?
I do love my own voice, Imogen, but we've got to talk to you. So could you just shut up for a minute so I can think of a question? What, Imogen? Why did you agree to do this podcast with us?
Well, to be honest, it's because we had so much fun making compulsory film appreciation together. It was just like the best time, and the days of hitting Jenny with a spoon. I just miss them. I just miss hitting Jenny with a spoon.
This actual spoon. This is that celebrity hitting spoon. But you know what? When I'm watching 2 people I respect greatly hit each other with a spoon with my name on it, I think time to get the crowdfunder running. That's what I say.
To anyone who doesn't know why we were hitting Jenny with a spoon, it's because she was bad and deserved it.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, they call her 10-take Jenny, and that's what the spoon needs to be deployed. Chaos Imogen, what kind of things do you think about to do or get into the mindset of your character, who is Elisar Crowshackle, Elven Himbo?
Yes, so what I tend to think of is the actor Jamie Campbell Bower. So if you want a visual of what my character looks like, picture a big black square and fill in what you think some sort of hot vampire might look like.
Hang on.
So I think of...
I've just found an image of Jamie Campbell Bower, and that is quite the... He's sort of a triangle on a slender swan's neck. Hang on a minute.
His neck's quite thick.
No, what? No, but it's long. Hang on a minute. We're going to get this image into...
He's wearing a scarf.
Okay.
Oh, of all of our... is everything disappeared?
We seem to be in the... We've gone to the void.
Well, yes.
There we
go. Oh, okay. So
we're back.
if I click away from Discord too much, it's because Discord has crashed and taken my mouse with it. Oh, is it back? Okay, we're not going to see Jamie Campbell Bower because Discord doesn't like it when I look at Jamie Campbell Bower. You have to Google your own images.
You must look at me. I am Discord. Only me.
Only I.
Couple more questions off the back of that. Obsessed said... what's it? I can't find the exact thing, but it said something like, "What's it like playing the next Tumblr sexy man?" or something like that. And Ethan has said, "What are Elisar's pronouns?"
Yeah, what are Elisar's pronouns? Let's start with that.
Oh, that's a very good question. So, Elisar, in our world, elves, gender for them, that's a very human kind of a concept. They don't have any social or biological roles, which would divide. So really, it's whatever anyone feels comfortable with. Elisar's more of a he or they kind of a person. But really that's, I think we put in the notes that anyone who's ever seen an elf naked is too bedazzled to provide any specifics. So there's no, they're a very gender fluid kind of a society. But yeah, he, they.
So if you looked at and I'm very glad we're getting to this point so early in the stream, if you looked at the genitals of an elf, it would be like Alanis Morissette in the film Dogma talking to you. You just explode. Just gone.
Yeah.
Just gone. So you will be winning Tumblr Sexy Folk.
Cupcake Pippi says, "What colour do you associate with your hot elf?"
What colour do you associate with your hot elf? And sex colour is not an answer, Imogen, please.
I think I'd go for a sort of heavenly cerulean blue.
Now, what differentiates a cerulean blue from a non-cerulean blue? Or is it just the kind of word that you add to the word blue to make yourself sound fancy?
Cerulean is like a kind of a sky blue, like it's a very true blue. It's not a purplish blue, but like it's got a kind of bright clarity to it. There's it's a very prismatic colour. Stop me if I'm getting too technical.
Prismatic? Yeah. Someone go to fucking university or something? Prismatic.
No, but I used to work for an art gallery and I had a list of words of colour to use for it. So you didn't just go like blue.
Blue.
You had to be like...
This Rothko is prismatic blue.
Imogen, someone has said, this is not a question, but that's hard to say. One Royal Wolf says, I know very little about this character, but already I would sell my soul and or firstborn child to them.
Excellent. And legally, that's
Thank you.
Fine.
That's exactly what I was going for.
I also like that, Amy, you very kindly let Ben come into shot so that he could stare death-eyed into the void whilst you read out the questions from us camera. I'm just enjoying it's like somebody's lost and has just sort of arrived and is like, well, I suppose it's warm here.
Well, I've got nothing to do and I shouldn't take up noise. What do you want me to do?
Have a more engaged face. Don't look like you're waiting for a bus quite as much.
Tim, Pentel says, can you turn the bird noises down more?
Oh, more? Yet more? They're so low.
More. Too many bird noises.
Oh, right, they're right down. They're almost... in fact, they're basically off. Any other questions, Amy?
Not that I've picked up out of chat. Thank you very much for highlighting your questions. That has been very useful.
Yes, there's a lot of you in chat, which is very nice and very lovely, but it does mean things are moving quite fast. Now, Imogen, I actually have a question for you. It is back to, nothing to do with the podcast or anything, but it's much more to do with this house party that you're currently... when you go back down, how are you going to describe to them what it was that you were doing up here?
Probably won't mention it.
You probably just won't mention it. So I just went for really tricky 45-minute shit, and then they'll just not follow up.
Honestly, they won't notice I'm gone. It's fine.
No, it's chick.
Okay. We have a couple more questions. One, Imogen, what are your pronouns?
Oh, mine, she, her.
And Asteriris says, no, I'll take that one later because that's for Tim. Introverted cosplayer says, can you please tell us what are come hither elbows?
Well, I mean, if you've seen them.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. You couldn't describe a come hither elbow, but you'll see an elbow and you'll find yourself just walking forwards towards it. That's the one.
That's the joy of a medium that's not visible. I can't demonstrate. You have to. The individual listener will create in their mind.
What elbow in your own personal mind would hither you right up?
Was that at me?
I just turned to you for the next question.
With your elbow pointing out at me.
Go on, ask the question.
Ethan the Alien, question for both Imogen and Elisar. What is your favourite utensil and why?
Ooh, well, Elisar is not a practical elf. They're really more an ornament than a tool. So I guess probably eyeliner.
Eyeliner, okay, yeah.
And what's yours, Imogen? I think that was part of the question.
Eyeliner.
Eyeliner. You're not a very practical Imogen. You're more of an ornamental Imogen than a tool.
Hang on, no, a spreadsheet.
A spreadsheet?
Yeah.
God, you are a dweeb.
Yep. Dork.
Dork, sorry.
We agreed.
We discussed this before. We were going nerd, dweeb, or dork, and we landed on dork. Oh, dear. Do we have any others, Amy? Or
last call for any questions.
Last call for any questions
and then
before
we can let
Imogen goes back to be with cool people and drink heavily, cool people. That's not the official position of this show,
isn't it?
No, I'm afraid not. No, hang on a minute. Sorry, Smirnoff backed out. So okay. I asked Malibu, but they said coconuts did not want to be represented in this way.
It's a well thought out bit, Tim.
Shut up.
Well thought out bit.
Shut your mouth.
It's going very well.
Elfie has quoted Franzi's question, which says, what colour fur does your weird little cat boy have for those who the glimmer doesn't work on?
That's true. The goblins describe Elisar as a lanky cat boy because the glamour does not work on them. What colour fur would that cat boy have?
Well, I don't know. You're the goblins who can see him that way. I mean, when he looks in the mirror, he sees himself on whom he had a crush when he was 15. So
So himself then, hey? Yeah?
Yeah.
Hey? Yeah? Hey? But hang on,
And that was a
if you
weird
see
lanky
yourself
camel.
as yourself, but as yourself, but as yours, it's like standing in between two mirrors. It'll take your soul.
On the top of that, Ethan has asked, what sort of clothes does LSR wear for drawing purposes?
For drawing purposes.
Also, maybe for when we do some character creation stuff later.
Yes, we are going to do some character creation, either in Baldur's Gate 3 or Skyrim, depending on what people want. What would LSR wear?
Well, I see him kind of in some quite disco armour. I think he'd probably go for some like retro futuristic corsets, maybe a whole load of scales, a lot of feathers. I kind of see him in sequins, metallics, pastels, anything rainbow, like just the full, all of them, all of the colours.
But armoured, very, very much armoured, but ready for a war that just isn't particularly practical.
Yeah, a war which is just about making sex eyes at each other across a battlefield.
Hey, isn't that just describing the club? That's right. I know what the club is like. And that's what it is. It's sort of a sex war. Is that we all agreed?
Cool. So we need to let Imogen go. So finally, Imogen Pentel has asked, where can we find you? What other platforms? Are you on Twitter, X, etc.?
I don't tend to social media. I guess I am on X. I posted today for the first time in a year.
Mm-hmm.
So, follow me. You won't even know it's happening. It won't take up any of your time.
Yeah.
It won't be a big problem for you to follow me. Do follow me. It'll be so easygoing. You won't even know it's happening.
Perfect.
Lovely.
Perfect. Is that what you say to prospective romantic partners? Look, go out with me. You'll not notice.
Just
Don't
follow
worry.
me.
You know it's happening.
Don't worry
So
about
many
it.
people out there who don't even know they're going out with me.
Ben has died. He was so disgusted. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Imogen. Please, please tell the house party that you were online doing a drug steal, and that'd be great cover for whatever this was.
Oh, it's been such a pleasure. I wish I could stay longer, and it will be awesome. And yes, thank you to everyone watching the stream and everyone who's donated, and you're all marvellous.
Wonderful, wonderful. We shall see you soon. And as Imogen leaves the call, it will ruin the capture, and we will all jump to the. Now, hang on. Imogen's got a confused
How
case
does
and doesn't
Imogen
know how
leave
to
the
leave.
call?
Imogen doesn't know how to. This is my favourite bit. Now, Imogen, how do you leave the call? Now, there should be a big red button somewhere, but can you find it?
There isn't a big red button.
There's
That's
no
the
big
thing.
red
There's
button.
one that says stop watching the stream, but that's a trap.
It's not that one.
It's
Stop
not that
watching
one.
it, but you're still on it.
You're still on it. Now, now there should be a screen with our face. And then during that, and then if you wobble, you can't leave.
Throw the computer at the wall.
Throw the computer at the wall.
I can turn the camera off, but I can't leave.
You definitely.
Just leave the room, and then
Yeah,
later
just
on,
leave
halfway
the-
through the
just
stream,
leave the-
someone else who's drunk from the party will wander onto the stream.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
There we
And
go.
and then, as we can see, the capture has got very cross because Discord moves you about every time in a very irritating manner. So let me now repair this capture.
Sam's on top of the hill.
Sam's on top of the
I'll
hill. We're
stay
going to leave.
still.
We're going to leave.
I'll make it easy.
Yeah, make it easy if you wouldn't mind. You're so funny, aren't you? Ha ha ha! Here's Sam. We say. Right. There we go. Right, so Sam is big, and Sam can be over here, and then
In front of Tim, that's where it should be. Thank you.
Never, not that. Never, not that. And then we make this bigger until about there, and we make it longer until.
Can I be flipped so I'm not?
Oh
like,
yeah,
facing
oh
the
yeah.
corner
But hey,
like a-
hey, you just wait up, buddy. I'll get to you.
Firefly, I also want to know the answer to the question of whether Sam has had a haircut.
Has Sam had a haircut?
Did get a haircut today. In fact, I had the rare impetus to go and get a haircut, and I did it.
How are you feeling?
ADHD
Light?
Wind.
Sexual?
Light. Yeah. Good. It was.
There we go.
It was fine.
We describe his haircut as both sexual and good. Okay.
I'm big.
Big now.
My
And then,
I should paint my mic stand green and then.
oh my god, that'd be so good. Hang on, I'm just going to pop. There we go. Now we're on top.
There we
Perfect.
go.
There we go. Now we can all be broadly seen. If I
Oh yeah, we can all be seen.
well, no, Amy, if you actually know, if we include you, then
No, Sam.
we
Perfect. Correct.
Bye-bye.
We also lose the green screen because there's just simply not enough room in this room for that many people.
I can grab Tim.
Can you stop grabbing me, please?
It looks like he's trying to put a spell on you.
He is putting a spell on me. A spell of charm. Yeah?
Oh.
Yeah? All right, lovely.
Charm.
Okay, before we move on, would you like to know how much money we've now got on the crowdfunder?
I would like to know how much money we've got on the crowdfunder, yes.
We are currently on £3,569.
69.
People are really keen to keep that 69 at the end
that
there.
69 because otherwise what's the point?
14%.
14%. Very well done. Very well done, everyone.
Before we get some more questions for everybody else, would the two of you, or one of you, or whoever, potentially like to go through what rewards people can get?
Ben can go through the rewards because then he can be involved.
Yeah.
You have to
Here
read
we go,
them.
they're all
Should
here.
probably be in my house, I think.
On the phone.
Hey?
I should probably be in my house on my own computer, shouldn't I, with my microphone?
No,
And,
it's a special event, Ben. You'll be here.
Okay. With not enough microphones.
You shut up. You read the things.
Okay. For £1, you can do council work experience and be a named supporter on our website. For £5 or more, you become a planning department intern, get a digital copy of the artwork and the OST. For £10 or more, you become a junior planning assistant, signed digital version of the Brothers Meredith artwork with personalised message plus the other tiered rewards. For £40 or more, you rise to the ranks of senior planning officer, a 30-second personalised video message from the cast members of your choice. 50 or more, head of planning, physical copy of the pilot script signed by the cast and an exclusive behind-the-scenes episode. For £80 or more, and you must rush, there's only 9 of these left, you become the Goblin Liaison Officer. Tim will write you a personalised song, not an improvised one. He's going to write lyrics and compose it and everything.
Didn't know so many people go for it. Currently frightened about how many songs I have to compose.
You put 20 of them in there, so you better be prepared to write 20 songs.
That's the one that I put shit in the definition of and Crowdfunder wouldn't let me keep it.
They didn't want it.
For £100 or more, you become the adjunct to the Department of Elvish Affairs. 5 of them left. Name a character. You better be good at it. £150 or more, special executive to the Fae Council. Episode dedication to you or person of your episode to be read out at the start of an episode. 0 of 8 claimed. Nobody wants that one. £200 or more, and don't worry, it's not because they're expensive, because I haven't got to the top one yet. £200 or more, you become an associate producer. You receive an associate producer credit. We read out 30-second message at the end of an episode. And for £500 or more, and 3 people have already gone for this,
I don't know if we've told Ben that we're doing this either.
No, this is being sprung on him.
No, I read it earlier and went, oh, I am I? Executive producer. You get an executive producer credit. Come and do karaoke with the cast. Brackets, we're really not the rap party kind of people, so this is the closest it gets, and that will not buy me not being awkward.
No, he'll be so awkward. You'll come away from it really regretting the interaction.
Yep, anyway, that's it.
Oh, dear. And that's why we want you in the room, Ben. We don't get that kind of
I couldn't have heard you with my
energy
headphones.
and voiceover. You will be positive.
No.
You won't do it. You won't.
Firefly had a question about the tiers.
Oh, okay. Have a question about the tiers.
Oh, yes. So, Firefly said something about if you pick a reward, you get the other rewards below it. Basically, I am trying to find a good way to explain this on the Crowdfunder page, but if it is something we can physically send you, i.e. artwork, a soundtrack, a bonus episode, something like that, you get it stacked backwards. If it's something that involves cast member time, like recording messages, writing a song, etc., etc., or it has a limit next to it, then no. Basically just because there's 5 of us and we're all very busy and trying to do this in our spare time, so if it's anything that involves extra time from us, we can't do it for everybody tiered backwards. Does that make sense? If anyone has any questions about what exactly would I get if I got this, please do send a message through Crowdfunder and I will let you know.
Wonderful. And now we move into questions. I'm going to say for young Ben. Or should I say Hooper the Goblin?
Yep.
And now we're going to wait in complete silence until there's a question.
I have a question for
complete.
Oh,
sorry. Yes, go on.
for everyone involved in the writing of it. So there's a thing in screenplays which is show don't tell, and in audio you don't have that luxury of visuals. So how do you try? What considerations do you make for exposition?
I think I actually have a real answer for this.
Off you go then.
So what we have done so far in writing, I don't know why I'm talking like this, is you construct a scene and then don't make that scene quite about what you're talking about, but have it kind of come up more contextually. So you don't start a scene and go, the scene's about this and we're going to do only that. You have two people having a conversation about something else, and then it just sort of emerges within that. Because otherwise every scene is just a continuation of people being like, I'm going to do this to do that, and you're going to do this to do that. Don't get me wrong, that still happens a bit. But yeah, you sort of just build in enough character work that people forget there's so much plot happening. That is my answer. Also, you yell the word bypass sort of 30 to 40 times, get an edit back off of it, and then realise actually that needs to be cut down quite substantially, and then go through that process twice until you reach just a merely upsetting number of the words bypass. You just a bye and then cut. And that's my answer. It's moving too fast.
One of the questions from Pentel was, why is Hooper camp? Which one of you came up with that?
That was an accident, wasn't it? You just sort of started going...
Am I answering the question?
Yeah, you're answering the question.
Okay, cool. Yes, that was kind of an accident, wasn't
it? Shut up!
I don't know, I couldn't come up with a character voice, so I decided to sound like one of the characters from Are You Being Served?
You did accidentally.
It is a little bit 50s, like...
It's a little bit...
I did finish it and then send people a message going, was that homophobic? I'm not sure. Tell me. Yeah. I'll change it.
Let us know.
I don't know.
Do let us know. It ended up being on the campus side. I think still within the broad range of your personality.
I don't know.
And yes, chat, bypass really was cut down quite a lot.
So tremendously. so tremendously.
God, I just love my own microphone.
Yeah. Look, I can organise this in... How? No, I can't organise. I've only got 2 inputs.
It's weird. It's not like I have a professional recording set up at home.
Look, there was a lot of last-minute changes. There was a point at which I thought it might just be you and me.
Oh, okay.
So we made some things. Don't worry. At some point, if we want, during a break, you can go home and rejoin.
Cupcake Pippi has said, Ben, why are you so sassy?
Because I had to rush away from my pregnant wife and rush my dinner in order to be here on time. Is the genuine answer.
We pulled him away from his family.
Yep.
And his commitments.
Yep.
Yeah. As we say, lots of things changed quite late on. Don't worry. Now it's happening. I do appreciate it would have been better if we'd have just let you do this from home. But to be fair, I got no pushback until you arrived. I said, it'd be good if you came over, and you said, okay.
Well, yeah, because I didn't know that there wasn't going to be enough microphones or headphones.
Francis says...
Yeah, that would have been a good thing to sort out.
What did Hooper do to be shackled with Tripe as a partner?
I don't know. We haven't written it yet.
Do we want to speculate wildly? I sort of feel like he might be your nephew or something.
Sure?
Like he got stuck with him. Like he has some sort of horrifying familial bond that he feels bound to. Or maybe goblins just stick together.
Yeah, I don't know. It might just be
Do they get assigned partner, like...
At the DA's office?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Hooper is like... I work better alone. And that was you, that was.
What?
Hang on, how does Hooper sound?
Homophobic.
Ben, we are
just
not...
imagine Kenneth Williams.
We are not developing...
Or what is the name of the gay character from Are You Being Served?
Mr...
Belvedere?
No, I don't know.
That's something else.
I don't know. I can't remember. Mr.
Humphreys.
Humphreys.
Wait,
Mr. Humphreys.
Wait, I thought Miss Humphreys. Oh no, Humphreys isn't the old one, is he?
No, that's Mr. Peacock.
Mrs. Peacock.
No,
Captain Peacock.
Captain Peacock. Mrs. Peacock is from Cluedo.
That's true.
There we go.
Who's the one with the pussy?
Pardon?
That's...
Mrs. Slocum.
Mrs. Slocum is how it is. Is how it is.
She does also have the pussy.
Flamingo says...
He's turned up with a real energy.
Flamingo says, how improvised is the show? That was a debate for a long time.
Yes, at one point it was going to be a more improvised show, and then, you know what, I don't know why you're not just sharing my microphone. It's
Erin's got excited about the fact that I said the word pussy.
Wow.
Tim, don't forget your cup of tea.
It's so hot in this room, I have no idea why I allowed it to be made for me.
Oh, well, I'll drink it then.
Drink my cup of tea. There was a while where we were going to make it a more improvised show, and then we just sort of gently landed on scripted. I think maybe to make it a bit different.
There was a general performance reference.
A general performance
preference.
Yes. Also, with this many people all interacting together, it becomes quite hard to manage like a 5-person improvised scene, as you can hear at the end of the show, which is a more improvised bit and therefore does not sit together quite as well.
I
It
mean,
is fun,
I was
nevertheless.
literally throwing things.
Literally, actually throwing things in the room.
Yeah.
No with a knife. Ben, do you set out to be the most actually typed character manageable, or does this just happen to you?
I didn't know which goblin I was playing, so it just happened.
It just happened. He could have been tripe.
This is true. You were written as such a two-piece that it wasn't really like this character and that character. It was very much they play off of each other. Two people. Femme Fatale says, how much of the podcast is already written? How many episodes are you wanting for this show? Nothing else has been written.
No. We've roughly sketched out some bits and bobs. There is...
We have very much been holding back Imogen and Jenny. They're raring to go.
Absolutely champing at the bit. Yes, but thus far, the pilot is all that exists.
We want to see what gets funded, because obviously if we're aiming for 8 episodes, but if we only fund 6 and we've written an 8-episode arc, then it's just going to die.
Ethan Alien, I was listening to Stellar Firma Q&A recently and giggled when you guys said a scripted show would never be done.
Well, not by us.
No, we're now part of a writing team, and that does make all the difference.
And I'm not doing any of the writing.
And Ben's not doing any of the writing. He barely turns up during the records. He clearly doesn't want to be here right now. You know, Ben, this is a arm's length project to the most well-known Meredith that we need for marketing.
Oh, interesting. What does G.O.B.L.I.N.S stand for?
Never you mind. You'll find out later.
Never mind. That'll be a thing.
Do know. We don't know off the top of our heads.
And also, we shouldn't say, because we can. I have a couple of ideas about how that might be worked in, but I'm not writing them down yet until you pay us.
Grand orifice behind lime and indigo numpties.
I wanted to launch, but I can't spell. Great, organic, libaceous.
Mr. B.
Fuck.
Mr. Beast.
Great, organic, belarchic, which means something. Look, it's been a long day. Great. Hang on. Shut up. Everybody shut up. Big. Organic.
No. Great.
Hang on. What letter does G? Start with?
Shall I say the letter?
Yeah. You say the letter and then I'll say
G.
B. Sorry. What are we doing?
G.
Great.
O.
Organic.
B.
Brass.
L.
Loquacious.
I.
Interesting.
N.
Northern.
S.
Souls.
Now sing it to the DISCO song.
One more time, all together.
One more time.
She is G.
Great.
She is O.
Organic.
She is B.
Oh.
She is L.
Loquacious.
She is I.
Interesting. Northern soul. Look, I've got a medical condition.
We are doing hate crimes. Homophobia.
Germans or Belgians live in nightmares.
Dyslexiphobia? What's it called? Just being a twat?
Ableism?
Ableism. I forgot what ableism
Or being a twat is also an accepted description of that.
Sappho for Nerds has said, is Ben being held hostage? It's not possible to hold a Meredith hostage. They just walk off.
He would just leave. If I
really wanted to, I would just leave.
He would just leave. He's just,
I'm tempted. I'm like 60% of the way there. But I have been given a microphone.
Yeah. Which he likes.
Cleric89 says, when are the next episodes expected to be released after the writing starts? We have no flipping idea.
Yes, I think when's Crowdfunder end?
It's 2 months long.
2 months long. So what month would that be ending in? September. So if we finish September, I think we'd probably be looking at early the following year, like for writing and recording and editing and transcripting. Halloween. It's going to take a few months.
Yeah. Basically, the creative elements aren't the issue. It's all 5 of us having life things that are going to make it difficult for 5 of us to get in a room together, which is why we don't want to specifically give an exact timeline. But the aim will be probably spring sometime.
Yeah, I'm having a baby in the middle of September, so good fucking luck getting me in a room for a bit.
He's going for the double baby. He wants 2 of them for some reason. And they're loud and they take up a lot of time.
What will probably happen is we'll write it all.
Yeah.
And then further down the line we'll film it all and send it, and then it'll all come out.
Unless of course you want me to just record my stuff on my own, because I can probably do that.
I don't want to do that.
That's fair.
Because so much of the fun and so much of a lot of good stuff
But
in
the energy
pilot
of us being in a room
comes
together.
out of
it's
the
really
energy
working
of,
nicely.
It's got quite a sharp thing. No, I think a lot of the fun comes from those group records. A lot of stuff comes out of it. A lot of jokes and extra bits and things that mean that we have to change the script.
Yeah. Also, Nerd with a Knife. When we found out that Rachel was pregnant, a presidential aide did walk up to me and whisper that in my ear so that I knew.
No, hang on. What?
That's just for me.
Oh my god! I just saw the thing. Incredible, incredible. Well, you know what? My nephews can't melt steel beams. How do you feel about that?
I just want to stand in front of a big banner. Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
2 children.
You're going to go for the full replacement?
Wait, of us?
Yeah. 2 for 2. Maintain the numbers. Don't increase, just maintain.
Are we going to get Highlanded?
Yeah, there can only be exactly the same amount.
Yeah. There can only be 2. It's like the Sith? Yeah. I said that like I didn't know about the rule of 2. I'm sorry, that
What's
was
the rule of
disingenuous.
2?
There's only allowed to be 2 Sith at any one time.
That's not the... But hang on, but there's like Darth Vader...
Oh, Darth Sidious fucks around with it all the time. He loves a bit of scampery. But yeah, that's why
Sidious?
there's Sidious and Vader, and then...
Oh,
he's like,
and when Luke...
Anakin, Luke, I'll replace you with your father with you, because there's only
Sounds a pretty good Palpatine.
Do it.
Just
do it.
E from the Aliens comment there.
Well, they've hit the Pentagon. Jesus Christ.
Kapow.
Indeed. Oh, dear. Right, okay. Moose, every time I see a man with a son, I'm like, what are you guys, an improv group? What is this?
No, they're actually a podcast.
Actually a podcast, yeah. Right, let's do questions for Amy.
Let's do questions for Sam.
Let's do questions for Sam, actually. Yes, let's do some questions.
Why did you choose to be a guest on this show?
Yeah, and
why did you not run?
I was offered it, and I jump at the opportunity. that was it, and yeah, it seemed interesting and fun.
As things go ahead, Sam has very kindly donated, like non-permanently, but basically housed a lot of audio equipment around my house so that we can do group records. There's so many microphones down there. It's just that I'm doing this through the wrong kind of recorder.
I did wonder why they were all doing that. And I was like, why has Tim got so many microphones?
It's for the group records.
I've got another question for Sam.
Oh yeah.
At what point in the recording of this pilot did you decide it was fine to burn me whenever you wanted?
Yeah.
Over the years, Amy, we've grown close, and I feel a very sibling relationship with you, and so I feel that it's appropriate to say horrible things to your face at every opportunity.
That's correct.
Really took me by surprise.
Pentel, Sam, how does it feel like to play the 2 characters that are the most normal in the podcast so far?
Well, that's kind of my wheelhouse. I'm by no means a character actor, so it was. The first one was basically who's the guy from Hitman, the bad guy in the 3rd Hitman game.
I can't answer that.
The Constant. There's the guy in the Constant. He's got this really breathy voice, and he talks like a weird cartoon snake. And then the second guy was just my normal accent without me shaving the edges off it.
Yeah.
Just a guy from London.
Yeah, the kind of guy who might have the key to a padlock to a site. You know?
Yeah.
That kind of guy.
That kind of guy, yeah.
Firefly says, Sam, what was your favourite part of working with Tim and Ben?
The tyrannical direction, just the screaming, the belittlement, it was like that episode of Community with Jason Mantzoukas as the theatre director, where he's screaming at Chang, if anyone's seen that.
Did you like, or indeed which is the one from SNL who is the guy who makes everybody want to go to regionals, the dance captain guy who's similarly tyrannical?
Yes, yeah, that was Taron Killam, wasn't it?
Taron Killam, the man with the haunted doll's face.
Yeah.
Did you like it when I hit you with the big medallion I was wearing and shouted better?
It made me act better. Yeah.
Firefly did also ask Sam, which cast member is your favourite? So that's an interesting question.
Which cast member is my favourite?
Which cast member is your favourite?
Oh boy, I mean, they're all great. They're all great.
No, you have to
just,
pick one.
that is a
the
cop-out
table that
answer.
we were recorded on.
Oh yeah, I suppose that there is the table.
The table did a really good job. Actually, the weights that Amy found to weigh down the microphone stand.
That is true. We did use my free
stop
weights to weigh down a microphone.
To stop it
You
tipping.
know how in Sex and the City, New York is the 5th character. For us, it's 2 pink free weights. Is the 7th and 8th characters in Goblins.
Night Sky has said, "Is Sam only in the pilot, or does he get to come back later?"
Depends how I feel about him later. Oh, Erin has emerged.
Oh, hello.
Criminal Ant has said, "Sam, how does it feel to be the best Merry Bro?"
I can't help greatness. Greatness comes to you.
Were you aware of this, Ben? The fact that people have just accepted Sam as a Meredith brother and have gently just, you've been Marty McFly. You're just gently disappearing from the photograph.
I mean, I haven't been there for ages. That only seems fair.
It only seems fair.
Moose says, "What's your least favourite part of working with Ben and Tim?"
I mean, the room is sometimes a bit warm.
It's very
really hot in here right now.
It's quite hot, right?
I might go put my shorts on.
You will probably go back during the break because logistically this makes sense. All right? All right? I'm not arguing with you here. I didn't think this through.
I'll get some beer on the way home. It'd be great.
Oh, I really wanted beer, but I ran out of time when I was rushing home. I wonder if I can get to the shops and back during the break. This is the question we have to ask ourselves.
We could make it a 15. We could give ourselves 15.
Go on, sorry.
Yeah, go on. No, Obsessed says, "How was it getting into the character of the guard?" It was the hardest part was stopping doing the previous voice.
Because you just done the previous voice, hadn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then trying to do trying to do basically my actual accent.
Yeah.
I do want to ask Franzi's character a question really quick. Is your boss character a pinstripe kind of guy, a pocket protector kind of guy, or a socks and sandals kind of guy?
Oh, good question.
I saw him wearing a Marks and Spencer's mid-range suit, so probably 85 quid off the rack. And nothing is quite right. Like the shirt doesn't go, the tie doesn't. It's not quite right. He's trying. He doesn't really know how to dress himself, and he's kind of too disheveled and downtrodden to really put effort into his appearance. That's how I saw him.
That is a lot more thought into that character than I ever thought you would need to do. And
I just thought about
very
how he looks. Yeah, thought about
he's classic rumpled blue harbour dad.
Yeah, maybe his shirt's not quite tucked in right. No. It's just.
Do you think
off.
On the weekend he wears those sandals that are sort of like the cork bottoms with the cloth top, but they're kind of frayed and they were bought like during a better time during the marriage, and they have now served as a metaphor for the kind of gentle degradation. Like the marriage is still there, it's still functional, but obviously it's not had care taken, and really probably should be replaced with something better and more sleek, like a pair of fresh Crocs.
Seriade says, "I have M&S suit trousers. I have M&S suits. They're perfectly good, but they're not top of the range. They're affordable menswear."
Yeah.
Should I do a quick little crowdfunder update before we go for a break?
Oh, sure.
So we are currently on 4,119
Holy hell!
pounds.
Holy hell!
Damn!
Holy
Creeping
hell.
up.
Which is, loading, 17%.
Almost a fifth of the way there.
Almost a fifth of
Yeah.
the way there. You get 1/5 of each. What we'll do is we'll still make 8 episodes, but we'll just make 1/5 of each episode, and it'll just stop. In many ways, more work.
Yes.
But it's about the principle of the thing.
Thank you
And then
very,
the next
very
one
much
starts-
to everyone who has given donations.
Yeah, well, mate, the next episode starts as if the last episode happened in full.
Yeah.
So
Well, we
it's
have to
just
write
wildly
the whole thing.
confusing.
We just record
Gotcha.
the chunk. Like, what is it, Anthony? But we had this discussion the other day. The Naked Lunch, cut and paste.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like that. Google that, and you'll think, oh, Tim's smart. He knows about books. Right. So what we're going to do is we are going to hop on a short break. Ben is going to go home to his own computer set up because that's clearly the best way to do this.
Also, this light quality is making me really sleepy for some reason.
And it's very warm.
And it's very warm.
It's probably the warmth, to be
and
honest.
his chair's really short.
I'm struggling.
I went and swapped into shorts because I'm in my own house, and that's something I'm able to do.
already in
He
shorts.
turned up in shorts.
I can't get more shorted.
They're
quite long
I
shorts.
could hike them. Yeah,
This is not the point. So Ben's going to pop home. I'm going to run out and grab
slap those thighs.
I'm going to run out and grab it. And when we come back, we're going to go into either Baldur's Gate 3 or Skyrim character creator. And
You can't make goblins in Skyrim go into Baldur's Gate 3.
We're going to Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah. You can make orcs.
Oh yeah,
but they're all human sized.
We'll go into Baldur's Gate 3 and we're going to design some characters. Pentel has an important question. Yes, please, Pentel.
Better be fucking important.
Better be fucking important, Pentel.
Tim, can you get me an ice cream?
I can. I'll
Oh,
try.
that's good. I'm gonna get ice cream.
That's
as well.
a good idea.
Pentel.
Pentel, we are shitting
Pentel.
ourselves waiting.
Pentel.
Pentel.
No, with a nice shout. Shorten your shorts. Pentel. When Tripe gets bones and blacks out, does he turn into Doctor? Okay, well that's not a question we're going into. Right, so we will see you all back here in 10 to 15.
Well, everyone tells Pentel to fuck off.
Please do stick around. We're gonna stream for around about 3 hours. So we'll do a lovely big character creation section next. So come back soon. We'll see you in about 15 minutes.
Bye.
Bye.
We have returned. Oh, it's turned off. What? Why is it turned off? Welcome to my desktop.
I've got a feast.
Did we press a button? Where's all of my? Hang on. What the? Amy, could you move that down? Sorry. What has happened to all of my? All of my sources have gone. This is a genuine confusion from me. Something has happened.
You're on Game Stream, not on.
Not on what?
Whatever the talk.
Game Stream. No. Oh. Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm so used to going on to that one. Hang on. There we go.
No. Blen is on his way
in the
home.
background and in the foreground.
Yeah,
Sam, what ice cream did you have?
Oh, you went twice.
I had a double gold caramel billionaire magnum.
Oh wow.
Jesus.
Sorry, are you king of Shit Mountain?
I'm king ice cream of Diabetes Mountain.
Yeah, is there 3 captures going on? I think there's 3 captures going on.
I don't know. If
Hang
I
on.
put my arm over there, no.
Incredible.
Okay. Yeah, I think I am. There's another me behind me.
So I'm gonna pop you up there to try and grab hold of this you, and this you can go down. There we go. Got him. Got the fucker.
They go get.
There we go.
There it is. Now we're cooking with natural gas. Right. Hello everyone. Welcome to an image of East Sussex County Council, and the light noise of traffic in the background. Is this traffic too loud? Let's find out.
Oh, I didn't realise we'd switched, huh?
Yeah. Oh, I got another one. Pentel, as I said, not asking my question, I see, but I missed what the question was.
It was the one about Dr. Cool.
No, it's not. This is not the time to vent your single issue.
Tim, do you want to do a recap of the
Oh, what,
of the rewards?
like I said, I would. Like we said,
professional thing that we were doing. Also, I'm sorry if I start talking and the microphone's not near me. It's because I'm trying not to make ice cream noises.
Also, rather than lean over to the microphone, bring the microphone to you. Otherwise, you lean entirely
I'm
out of
moving it away so I don't get ice cream on it. Okay.
There we go. So, cannot express to you how warm it is in this room. Welcome back to the Goblins Podcast fundraiser. You can watch Amy Dickinson pour bits of a feast down her shirt and donate money. You can donate to the production of this season of Goblins. But what do you get for your money other than a quality show? Well, at £1 or more, you become a council worker, fuck me. How would you phrase this? You've got a bit of headphone on your face. You get council work experience. You're a named supporter on a website. For £5 or more, you are a planning department intern. You get a digital copy of the artwork and original soundtrack as composed by little old me. At £10 or more, you become a junior planning assistant. So you get a signed digital version of the Brothers Meredith artwork with a personalised message plus the other tiered rewards. At £40 or more, you're a senior planning officer. 30-second personalised video message from the cast member or members of your choice. At £50 or more, you're head of planning. You get a physical... Sorry, what was that? Sorry, what was this?
It just squeaked.
This is a professional operation.
Carry on.
At £50 or more, you become head of planning. You get a physical copy of the pilot script signed by the cast and exclusive behind-the-scenes episodes. At £80 or more, you're a Goblin liaison officer. Tim will write you a personalised song, not an improvised one. He's going to write lyrics and compose and everything. 14 of 20 of these have been composed. Let me just say, they're going to become more and more deranged as I go on.
I just panicked about where my phone was.
Yeah, I'm holding. It's here. Look, Mabel's in the back. £100 more, you become an adjunct to the Department of Elvish Affairs. You get to name a character. Now, we can't promise it'll be a good character, but it'll be in there, and you'll have named them. We do get to have some authorship over that. You can't name your character. Cunto. £150 unless you can justify it narratively. At £150 and more, you are special executive to the Fey Council. An episode will be dedicated to you or a person of your choice, with a dedication to be read out at the start of the episode. At £200 or more, you are an associate producer. You receive an associate producer credit, and we read out a 30-second message of your choice at the end of an episode. You're in the spotlight. And at £500 more, you are an executive producer. 3 people have claimed this so far. You'll have an executive producer credit on the whole season, and you can come and do karaoke with the cast, because we're not really rap party kind of people, so that's probably what's going to happen. Now,
pretty good, though.
Yeah, and you know what? And as Ben said, he will not be any less socially awkward during that experience than he is at any other time.
You can choose to not have Ben there if that's what you want.
If you would specifically say, Ben, don't be there, he'll be like, okay, all right.
What an incredible and specific burn on Ben that would be.
I'd like to spend £500 to not do karaoke with
I
you.
once sang a Phantom of the Opera song with Ben at karaoke, and it was quite fun.
He really goes for it. Right, so Ben will be joining us, at which point I will have to redo all of the Discord captures again, because, again, I can't stress this enough, Discord is rubbish and won't let me set up any predefined captures or feeds. But in the meantime, we are going to ask questions of Amy Dickinson.
I'm not messaging Erin, honest.
I'm so sorry, Sam. Amy has a back channel to Erin, and there may be shenanigans.
I have a what?
A back channel.
Not shenanigans.
You got a back channel, ain't you? So we need to
say shenanigans anymore.
You have to say they-nanigans. Is that what you were going with? Is that what you're going with, Sam?
I have finished my ice cream.
Amy's finished her ice cream.
I might just go grab some water while you think of questions for me.
So we're going to ask some questions of Amy Dickinson about her character, the poltergeist Nyx.
Which is spelt how?
Which is spelled N-Y-X, and I spelled it N-I-X because I only ever heard it said out loud. I've never seen it written down. I haven't heard the script or anything. Veresa, now watch Ben claim all those rewards himself so he doesn't have to be there.
Quite the con. What if I bought the character naming one and named the character contrivepod.com?
Could you? Well, yeah. Just as a sort of a weird, incredibly expensive bit of self-branding.
Yeah.
No, with the knife is... No, hang on, who is it? No, Flamango42. Stop accusing people of having back channels. It's uncouth. Firefly has asked you, Amy, as you sit down. Amy, what is your interpretation of what a poltergeist looks like? What does Nyx look like?
Interesting. So, no one can see Nyx. Nyx is a manifestation of intense emotion, not actually a physical being. So, no one can see Nyx apart from Elisar, who can kind of see a vague aura. But poltergeists generally have been said to particularly haunt girls around puberty age, because apparently in history we think that's who's got the strongest emotions.
Well, historically, as we know, when girls become teenagers, they all of a sudden become mad, and we have to put them in a well.
She keeps asking for her needs to be met and to be respected as a human being.
Get in the well.
She must be haunted.
If she were to have a physical form, then it would potentially be that of a teenage girl. However, I would say, if we go back onto the pronoun matter, I'd say she, they for Nyx, because the she bit comes from, like, superstition and
yes.
history. But actually, can an emotional force used to torment, harass, and generally make miserable have gender?
Well, those questions will be answered in the Pixar film Inside Out 2, out now. Wicked or Evil, can Nyx be influenced by intense emotions of those around them, much like real people?
I think that Nyx just gets stronger if there are intense emotions around.
Like the goo from Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Sam, is Ghostbusters the only prism through which you can interpret emotions?
Yeah, exactly. It's the only way
I'm angry,
I understand.
like that taxi driver ghost from Ghostbusters.
I'm hungry, like the green guy from Ghostbusters.
Sorry, Amy, continue. Sorry. Why
did you look so shamefaced? I'd like to say that the minute you started talking, both of you, and I mean this in the most loving way, my brain completely switched off, and I have no idea what either of you said.
It was why I felt so shamefaced, because the minute we started speaking, I saw you just sort of go, okay.
Well,
it wasn't even with that intention. I literally just heard.
Marcy Birdie, absorbing gender by osmosis.
Rainbow
what was the
Nerd
question? What was
asked,
I answering?
Oh, hang on. What?
Rainbow Nerd asked.
Important question by Night Sky. Can we name a character Penis?
Yes. Can we name a character Penis?
Why is that up to me?
Well, you're one of the writers on the show, and
I think it's the same as what Tim said. If it can be justified creatively in some way.
Somebody similarly said, "Can we just name a character Trexel Geistman?" Again, if we can narratively justify it,
which we can't.
Which I don't know. Maybe
we can't.
Guest spot.
Put enough apostrophes and things in there, you know.
The Dutch count Trexel Geistman. To the green guy from.
Oh, that's what I was talking about. I was talking about the influenced by emotions.
Oh yes.
I think that Nyx gets stronger, but doesn't necessarily change emotions to whatever the emotion is that the person is having around them. They're just mainly rage.
Just mainly rage.
It's basically every emotion that I have not been allowed to express throughout my life, coming out in podcast form.
Do you feel that the podcast is going to be a form of catharsis for you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's true. Right, last call for questions for Amy. Night Sky, the look of disappointment on Amy's face was beautiful.
My favourite thing about getting to play Nyx is that we have decided that Nyx has no character arc.
No. The current thought, not to spoil the plot too much, is that there's no self-improvement going on with the poltergeist.
Nyx is what we call an iconic character. She's well up on the scales of everything, and not planning on changing anytime soon.
Cupcake PP has asked what colour you would associate with Nyx.
That's a good question. Like, the obvious answer is red. Red, angry.
Prismatic red. Sorry, I learnt a new word earlier in the stream. So a prismatic red.
I was thinking. I mean, this isn't. But the kind of red I was thinking of was like the deep purpley pink from the Colour Out of Space. From the movie.
Oh yes, the upsetting
sort of like
red.
Feels Pink is Scary Now. Movies like Mandy and Colour Out of Space.
Sorry, is this sort of like Box Office Mojo subgenre of films in which pink is scary now?
Pink is scary, yeah.
Colour Out of Space and Mandy.
Yeah. I agree with Rainbow Ned. They really seem red and purple.
Do seem red and purple.
Yeah.
Oda Saku asked an important question. What if we don't get a Trexel Geistman, but a poltergeist called Trexel Ghostman? Yeah?
The thing I like about the poltergeist thing is that, because I found out loads about poltergeists when we were writing this,
Amy read books and everything.
It's interesting. I bought a new book the other day, literally, for this podcast, just because I like buying books. And I didn't, I'm not saying that on stream. Is that they haunt a person. They don't haunt a place. So Nyx haunts Elizabeth. Nyx doesn't haunt where they are.
Interesting.
So that's basically the idea for Nyx, is that they found someone that they can't torment because Elizabeth just really doesn't get beaten down by stuff.
There we go.
She's just like, yeah, all right then.
Okay.
Are poltergeists ever a spirit of a dead person in folklore, or are they always an embodiment of emotion?
So they can be an embodiment of the emotions of a specific person. So if a bad thing has happened in a place where a lot of strong emotions were felt, then they can end up staying in that place because it's all of that person's emotions. So there's an episode in Buffy that kind of has poltergeists, which is in a house where there was a woman who tortured children. And so they stay in the house. They don't follow anyone out of that house, but it's because that's where the strong emotion thing happened.
We're going to even ask, any plans for more non-physical characters? There's definitely got to be some more ghosts and ghouls.
Absolutely.
We're basing all of the characters, sort of the mythical characters and folkloric characters we interact with, off of English or UK-centric folklore.
We have to tell Jenny that Rainbow Ned has said my favourite thing about Elizabeth was her just whispering the full forms of corporate jargon, because Jenny wrote that and was very proud of it.
Key performance indicators.
Also, I just want to scroll. Can I scroll up on your chat?
It's this one.
Can you do it for me?
Yeah.
Someone said something about me that was nice, and I want to read it. Not a question. I just want to say, Amy, you're cool, and I can't imagine how you put up with all the chaos. I've learnt.
Thank you, introverted cosplayer.
I can be troublesome when I want to be.
Oh, fuck me, can Amy be
Oh my
troublesome?
gosh, yesterday when my brain just stopped working, and you asked me if I wanted to watch a TV show, and I hid under a blanket.
Yeah, that was the response.
Then I turned the blanket into a sail on my extended limbs and sang Titanic.
You did do that.
And you were like, I don't know what you want.
No, it was like, do you want dinner? No.
Are you in a bad mood or a good mood? I don't know. Yeah, but like Nyx. This is Nyx. What did Griffin say? Enjoy Amy playing a poltergeist, because if Amy was really a poltergeist, she'd whack you around the head until you took care of yourself.
Be kinder to yourself.
Foxglove Pal said, Amy, any books you can recommend?
Oh, what? I can show you.
I'm sure you can.
Yeah. And also, Night Sky said, can there be poltergeists of other emotions, not just anger, like sadness, fear, or even happiness? I think it's just any strong, what we would stereotypically call negative emotion is what they're associated with. I'm going to fetch books while Tim sets up games.
You've activated Amy, and now she's going to get books.
You can't have an emotion of like ambivalence towards voting.
Sorry, the emotion of lack of engagement in the political process.
Yeah.
Also known as American emotions. Huh? Satire. What democracy has the lowest voter turnout outside of the ones where the reason for the low voter turnout is because it's not really a democracy? That's a question. Now that's a question.
That's a question.
That's a question that we should be asking
got
ourselves. Right,
okay,
Amy has 3 books.
I've got 2 things to say. I've forgotten one of them.
So you've got 2 things you want to say.
No, I said I've got 2 things I want to say, and then I've forgotten one of them.
You got 1 thing you want to say.
1 thing I want to say, and then we'll see if I remember what the other one was. Books. So I'm working my way through the Witcher series at the minute. That's some folklore.
Unfortunately,
it's not
backwards.
our folklore.
The Witcher.
But it's some folklore. I've got a bit bogged down because there's a big battle going on between all the different provinces, and I don't care. I just like the people.
And then Estravel of Grumblemare invaded Scrimblegram, and he took over all the corn. And
the League of Feltenmeyer.
This is the book that I bought for the podcast. Haven't read it yet. It's called Storyland: A New Mythology of Britain.
It's either by Amy Jeffs or Amy Jeffes. Who knows?
And it says...
Are they Spanish?
Soaked in mist and old magic, Storyland is a new illustrated mythology of Britain set in its wildest landscape. So that's going to be useful. I've remembered the other thing.
I was going to say it's wet with British tales.
The other thing is I'm going to try my best to record Mabel while we're at the farm next week, so that if we do a Black Dog episode,
we can use
Mabel.
Oh,
nice. But the only thing that Mabel barks at are shadows and the pigeons that roost in the trees outside my parents' house. She's not really a barking dog.
If only we had access to a dog that would bark unprovoked at any time.
Sam, you know for a fact, if we placed a microphone in front of Monty and said, Monty bark...
He would be the quietest he'd ever been.
In fact, I think you'd actually... If you listen to the recording, you just hear a dog just quietly say, well, let's not be uncouth. You know?
And this is the other book, which I'm reading at the minute, which people who watched him stream will know. It's Fairy Tale by Stephen King, and it's got a dog in it, and the dog was going to die, but now the dog's okay, but not with the owner, and I don't care about the story. Get back to the dog.
People emailed me saying, Amy, tell Tim that I looked it up and the dog's fine. And I didn't want to spoil the plot, but I did.
Yeah, but the dog does nearly die halfway through, and it is very sad. But now the dog isn't there, and that is also sad.
Demovica need a crowdfunder award to name the dog character specifically. That is a good idea.
Yes.
£8,000.
Does anyone want to ask Tim any questions?
Does anybody want to ask me any questions about me?
I got a question for you, Tim. What was it like working with me? What was your favourite 10 things about working?
The favourite 10
me?
things. All right. Okay. Top
10.
thing. You often bring snackies and beer.
Snackies.
Number 2, you're kind even when you've been given no reason to be due to my actions and lack of planning. 3, you gave me like 7 microphones.
Okay, you're making me uncomfortable.
Okay, so you don't like it. 4, you got a big stinky butt. Okay, there you go.
There we go. Oh, thank God.
Tim, Erin says Tim, why are you so annoying?
Why am I so annoying? Because if people aren't paying attention to me, I worry that I no longer exist. Oh, sorry, you didn't want the real answer? Well, guess what, fuckers? That's what's going on.
You have no object permanence about yourself.
Pretty much. I just need to keep being reminded that I exist.
Oh my gosh. So I have to tell everyone this. Me and Tim babysat Max on Monday, and we were doing a jigsaw puzzle.
It's my favourite thing.
And it had a fire engine in it, and Tim was doing actions/noises for all the inanimate objects. We'd gone through all the animals. There's animals in the fire engine. Gone through all the animals, and Tim and I were doing the noises. And then Max was pointing at like the cones, the traffic cones, and being like, "What does a cone do?" And Tim was like doing a noise and an action for each of them. And Max laughed so hard that he fell over and banged his head, and then sat up and just went, "Ah, funny." And his face.
What's funny, Max? Wasn't it? What's funny?
Yeah. Literally, he's like. It happened.
But it was the sigh as well, like funny. Rainbow
Nerd review.
It was a great review. I'm going to put it on my Edinburgh posters. Rainbow Nerd, Tim, I really appreciate you not doing a Trexel voice for trying. Yes, there was a very specific effort to find another voice I could maintain, and we ended up with this.
It was partly my input because Tim does a character around the house called Oaf.
It began. Oaf. Is like that. He's sort of like oaf on oaf. And it's sort of like a more cheerful version of oaf. Oh.
Yes. Any other questions for Tim? Unfortunately, I wasn't paying attention to chat, so you may need to repost questions.
Folks, on the other spectrum, on the other end of the spectrum, my niece pooped on me this week.
Cupcake Pippi, what's your gobbo colour?
Gobbo colour. I think that Tripe is sort of he's kind of an amber. He's sort of like a warm red yellow, like the edges of a fire. Yeah.
I hate to pull focus from you.
That's got sound on it.
I hate to pull focus from you, but Sam, who's Grindel?
Grindel is the 6th Spice Girl, and Grindel says very few words, mainly pine cone, and points at things and asks if they're pine cone, and says, "I'm Grindel." That's who Grindel
is. Amazing.
Oh dear. A price the twink. I says that's called orange, Tim. No, amber is orange with more yellow in it, actually. So.
Tim.
Fuck you, I suppose.
Thank
you for supporting the crowdfunder.
You can answer this question that Firefly has put for any of us. What were some of the working titles on the podcast before you settled on goblins?
What, the goblins? What, all caps goblins shouted? I honestly think it was the first.
We used to just refer to it as that goblins podcast.
Yeah, it was that goblins podcast.
Or like that podcast about goblins or the goblins thing.
Yeah.
And then we were like all sat around the table at Ben's like 2 years ago when this whole thing friggin' started because it takes us so long to do anything. And we were like, trying to come up with names, and we're like, should we just call it goblins but make it an acronym?
Yeah.
Moose Ben has gone home.
He's on his way to his own computer.
He's setting himself up at home so that he can have a microphone.
He will be joining.
Headphones.
He will be joining.
So that he doesn't have to look at me with disgust while I put my bare feet on the shelves.
Sigfie, if Elisar and Bathin were in a room, would it cause a singularity? I think because Bathin in reality is actually quite a kind person, and I think Bathin would keep trying to help Elisar until Elisar took advantage of Bathin to the point that it all became quite sad. I think that's what would happen. I think Bathin would be too kind to him. Obsessed, he will be joining. That is a threat. It is a threat. Introverted cosplayer, Tim, you're such an unbridled ADHD, and it's such a mood, and I love it so much. Well, I'm glad that my lack of ability to control my own attention span brings you joy, because it's happening either way, so you may as well enjoy it. And that is a threat. My brain is happening either way.
It's going to happen.
So either enjoy it or don't.
I've got this problem. I've got this problem now. I'm medicated for ADHD.
Yes.
I can now concentrate on things, but I still can't tell myself what things are appropriate to concentrate on. So I'm getting hyper focus and I've just got into so many bad habits of like not being able to tell myself what to focus on. So I'm like, no, I need to be doing this incredibly irrelevant task.
Would this
now.
be coming from the man who recently built a CPU from scratch?
Just thinking about that. Exactly that kind of thing where I'm like, I must do this.
Yeah, this is the thing now. This is the thing that must happen. I must reverse engineer 40 years of development.
Oh, there's a lot of howdies. Have we had a raid?
Oh, we had a raid. We have had a raid. Oh, I Paint Burbs has raided us. That is so
Good
very
heavens.
kind of you, I Paint Burbs. And howdy to you all
I
as well.
don't know if any of you have actually watched the crowdfunder video that we've made for the podcast that we are currently shilling on this stream.
Yes.
But because Tim does use the word howdy.
Yes, our editor Maddie Searle's profile picture is them in a little cowboy hat, accompanied by the sound of me saying howdy. Right, so
Raiders,
because
let's do a little plug.
Because
and
we have been
explain what we're
raided
doing.
and plugged. So this is normally the Brothers Meredith stream where Sam and I play silly games, and we have often raided I Paint Burbs, and I Paint Burbs is a wonderful channel, and we love them very much. Currently, we are launching a podcast called G.O.B.L.I.N.S. The pilot episode of that has gone out today and is available on the links that have been shared by our kind moderator Moose on many different platforms. That pilot episode is a proof of concept. We are also crowdfunding for the rest of the season so that we can make that show.
Yeah.
Currently, the background is East Sussex County Council, which is where one of the scenes are set.
Actually, it's West Sussex.
It's West Sussex. It's West Sussex County Council, and in
So,
fact, I've actually got the right one. Actually,
Tim and Blen have made
Now we're in a crypt.
podcasts before, so some of you may have heard of Stella Firma, you may not have. It was a comedy improvised sci-fi podcast that ran for 3 seasons and won multiple awards which are above our desk. This podcast, G.O.B.L.I.N.S, is a comedy, fantasy, folklore podcast. It's scripted, there is a little bit of improv in it, and it stars many of the people from Stella Firma, including Tim, his brother Ben, Imogen Harris, Jenny Halfeck, and myself, and our lovely Sam Ray is in our pilot episode as our guest voice actor. It is about a lady called Elizabeth who works at her local council and is kind of slowly driving everyone there a little bit up the wall because she's very fastidious and takes all of the rules and regulations very seriously. While she's working on a project, she accidentally crosses the veil and becomes able to see the Fey realm.
she touches the big magic stone.
She is lucky enough, we're not sure, to be found by some goblins who take her back to their version of the everyday council.
They work for the Fey Council.
Where they work with Go on, how does Imogen describe Elisar?
The most useless magical creature in existence, Elisar Crowshackle, the elven himbo.
The elven himbo, Elisar Crowshackle.
Skulls crispy.
And they work out what they're going to do
Yeah.
with her until she can go back to her normal life. She is also haunted by a poltergeist called Nyx, who I play. And yes, we have made the podcast pilot. It is out now, and we are currently fundraising £24,000 to create the first series, and that involves paying for all the 5 of us as writers and as voice actors, our guest actors, our lovely editor Maddie Searle, for transcripts to be written for every episode, for a producer, for the music, for the artwork, for the advertising. Everything you need, because we are producing this podcast independently. So please do follow us on those social medias to find out more.
At Goblins Pod, and also at Stella Tim, because why not plug my own X while I'm
And
here.
we are having a very, very lovely time fundraising so far, because we have reached £4,339
since
so
it went
far,
live this afternoon,
which is just amazing. Which is 18%.
Remedy has also said, if you want to add, if raiders have not listened to Stella Farmer, you should, while you wait for the Goblins podcast to be funded. Highly recommended. The boys are occasionally quite funny.
Thank you very much, Rainbow Nerd.
And as Ethan the Alien and Lazy Kiwi have pointed out, the 2 phrases that have emerged as vocal stims for our listeners so far are bypass and bone sack. though?
Oh, yours. Both yours, aren't they? Both
Well, let's just say I tend to write all the best lines for me and then refuse to...
I just try and fit as many puns in as possible.
Gotta get some
Not
puns in there.
necessarily for my character. I
No.
just like to try and fit some puns in there.
So, what are we doing now? So, what we thought would be fun is we were going to boot up Baldur's Gate 3 and design some of our characters within that. At some point, Ben Meredith will be joining us again. I'll have to mess around with the screen capture to make that work.
Screen capture. Got it right the first time. Aster Isis has a question. Did Trexel design the planet G.O.B.L.I.N.S is set on?
Well, G.O.B.L.I.N.S is set on Earth, so yes.
Yeah, we've had some conversations about this. It's a different sort of realm that overlaps our realm, not a different world.
So if you've read The City in the City by China Miéville as the one reference I have for this concept, yes, the veil sits across the Earth, separating the Fey realm from ours, but it occupies the same physical space, just not the same plane. Yeah? Huh? Fancy.
Can I just read...
Thank you, I Paint Burbs.
Corcor has said, I work primarily with transcripts, so yes, please, I will sell you my soul. So we have a wonderful person called Franzi Moore who is doing our transcripts for us, and there will be free access transcripts for every podcast, but also I'm an access and inclusion consultant, so hopefully all of our marketing and social media should be accessible as well, and if there are ever any issues, I am very up for receiving emails and communications and such about that stuff, and I will do my best to sort it out.
Right, so let's hop over to this capture and see how it goes. Oh, okay, working just fine. We might need a little bit of green screen work, but broadly fine. We've got little misty boxes.
I'm guessing we're gonna try and make the goblins, because we have you and Ben.
Yeah, we'll try and make the goblins, but we can also try and make other characters as well.
I'm just going to get my footstool now. We've only got one chair here and I can fit it in.
Eliza, where is my footstool? Let's go to the old filters.
Pentol, I only found out how to do alt text on Tumblr today. It's not very obvious.
It's not what you'd call a good system. And I had to learn how to use Acast since Wednesday, because we put this all together quite last minute. We planned the podcast for quite a long time, but when it came to the actual fundraising and logistics and all of that, we really cut it fine.
This is also the most brain I've had in days.
Amy's not had much oxygen in her brain.
I have had like 3 days in a row where I could not formulate thoughts of an evening. So.
Is it my key colour spill reduction that's causing this?
Although weirdly...
Yeah, mine is worse. And I don't know why.
That's because we put the friggin' top light on again, Tim.
I didn't put it on.
I didn't put it on.
Oh. Hello, Ben Meredith. Hello. Oh, I've been checking periodically. I just booted up Baldur's Gate 3. I'll add you on. Bear with me.
Is that better now?
Oh, he texted me. I was looking at Discord and he texted me.
Yeah, that's because Ben's not on anywhere.
He's not on anywhere. Okay. Right. We're adding Ben in.
I wanna know.
Don't switch to a new
audio device. Who put that in
device.
Chat? Someone put I mostly want to know Foxglove Pal, and now I've got that in my head.
I'm going to add friends to DM. It's going to be Ben. I'm going to add. Okay. There he is. There's Mr. Ben. Sorry, I was on Discord waiting for Discord. Oh, your audio is awful. What's going on?
Friend.
Ah, there we go. Right. That is lovely now.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
It's lovely now. Okay, let's rebuild.
Have we lost Sam now?
No, he's just been moved off to a corner.
Oh.
He's been shoved off screen by Ben. Oh, it's finally happened. From Stranger Things. Stranger Things.
You know what? I watched the first season of Stranger Things again the other day, but I just watched Winona Ryder's scenes, and it held up.
Yeah.
just Winona. I was up for it.
Copy. And paste. Yes, double Ben. It's 2 Bens.
I was nearly called Ruth.
Ruth, very biblical.
And then the midwife decided I looked like an Amy. Thanks, midwife.
Right. There we go. Okay, so that's Sam. And now a Ben. And I can't remember. Am I still sharing my screen in Discord? So, Ben, if you accept that, then you should be able to see...
For Mango,
Gate
yeah, the
3.
sound alerts aren't on at the minute. So if we miss things, please repost.
Please repost these things. Also, apologies to the lovely raiders who joined us just as Discord admin began, and I had to resize many windows. What? Oh, okay. Application audio capture is okay. Interesting. I think it's supposed to have grabbed application audio capture automatically, and it's not done it. So let's sort that out. I'm just going to do it new, and I'm going to do audio output capture. Okay. And I'm going to make it...
I don't think my camera is frozen. I think I was just sitting very still.
It's just not moving.
It doesn't move.
It's just not moving.
There we go.
Sitting perfectly still.
I've just put a general audio output capture on now, so we should be able to hear everybody and the game and everything in between. Can everybody be heard? Sam, could you speak?
I can talk, and I do frequently.
Could you speak?
Yo.
He's
What's
here.
up?
Lovely. Okay, I think that is all working.
I'm trying to work out how I can poke Sam, but my arm disappears.
Sorry. It's almost like you're not actually in the same room.
Can you touch where my finger is? Let's do an ET.
Okay.
I feel like I'm driving a bus of school children, and I'm just...
Can we go to McDonald's? Can we
No.
go to McDonald's? Tim, can we go to McDonald's?
No, we're not allowed to go to McDonald's. You've already eaten your sandwiches.
I've got some cookies in the other room, Tim.
I do you actually? Oh,
Yeah,
yes, you
there's
do.
some of those little mini cookies left. They're amazing.
Ben, what beer did you end up purchasing from Sainsbury's?
Oh, just a vocation. You know, some fucking supermarket IPA.
Just a vocation?
Tim drinks Stella now.
I don't drink Stella. I'm currently drinking a San Miguel. The brand of beer I buy is what's on offer. That is my preferred
usually
brand.
the best
Ethan,
one.
Can you turn the game music down a tiny bit?
Yes, I can turn the game music down a tiny bit.
Cool.
Oh,
So
dear.
again, what we're going to do now is we're going to play around attempting to make what we think some of these characters might look like in Baldur's Gate.
So it doesn't really matter. Start game. Oh, allow access to the firewall.
Uh,
Let those characters through your firewall.
Can we skip the intro video?
Flamingo,
Yes.
that wouldn't surprise me. Isn't there like a time, like a legal limit by which you have to stop selling alcohol at supermarkets and stuff in Scotland? I always remember
Yes.
that from The Fringe. You had to like buy it by 10 or...
You lose privileges. Rest me, yes, I can revoke Tim's beer privileges as well as mayo privileges if he doesn't behave. Look, I've got a flag that has got a jar of mayonnaise on it, and underneath it says, "Don't spread on me." Now, that's actually a very intelligent joke about an American independence flag. So, you're welcome, I think is the kind of main vibe of this.
Could you explain it in excruciating detail?
Yes, okay, so during the revolution now, so I think we're going to start with Ben. I think we should do Hooper first.
Okay.
So, what
It's a goblin.
Goblin, so Lazelle
What? No, just
or...
custom.
Oh, hang on, what? Yes, I was confused.
Yeah, what we do make an origin character for?
Yeah. Do you think they're more of a Gale or more of a
Yeah.
Shadow Heart? How do I...
You tap the button at the top that says custom.
Custom, there we go.
Erin says if you really want to hurt Tim, revoke his barbecue sauce privileges.
Don't take my
that's a good
sauce.
point.
Don't take my sauce. Don't take my nice sauce.
Ooh.
Oh,
Right.
Jesus, these Twitch ads are aggressive, aren't they? Fuck.
Have you got an aggressive Twitch ad? Is it
like
telling you to buy gamer fuel?
Look at this.
No,
I
it's
don't
just
know
this whole wrapper around the whole screen. This is awful.
Dear.
I don't know if Simon is in the chat right now, but look at this artwork that's
somebody's
been shared.
already done artwork. Unfortunately, they are green, so let's see how the capture deals with this. They have gone entirely hollow.
You can look at at Goblins Pod Twitter to see the art properly.
Although I quite like this. You know, they actually do those things, those sort of like glass things where the details are there, but then the rest of it is glass they use for transferring in animation, and it really looks like that. But yeah, somebody's already done some really nice art.
I have retweeted it on our Twitter account.
Lovely stuff. So
I tell you, you're the one wearing the sack.
I'm the one. I found a sack. Who needs clothes? Who wants to buy some clothes when you could just pop on a sack? Covers the bits. He's a little guy, so we start with a gnome, I suppose.
Goblin?
There is no goblin. There is no goblin. There's gnome. There's dwarf. There's halfling. There's half elf. There's half orc. There's dragonborn. There's Githyanki. There's elf. There's tiefling. There's drow. There's human.
Proper bullshit.
But can we make the gnome green? That's the question, Ben. Can one make the gnome green? I think one can.
There we go.
You can show it some shoes that it's not allowed to fix.
Tim.
Then it's envious. Get it? Then it's envious. So it's green, right? It makes sense.
Yeah, it absolutely makes sense. Unfortunately, it just keeps on shifting around. We're going to have to deal with it.
Tim.
Yes.
Would you like to hazard a guess as to how many people have now given as a donation on Crowdfunder?
Is it 35?
Higher.
Is it 40?
Higher.
Is it 45?
Higher.
Okay, you may have guessed sort of start to see a pattern in my guesses. Is it 50?
Higher.
Is it? Oh, you know what? I'm going to accelerate. Is it 60?
Higher.
Or is it 1,712?
Wrong.
Oh, okay.
It's 63.
Oh, you overshot a little
63.
63
Let's
people
make it 69.
care about what
Come
we're
on.
doing.
Let's make it 69, and then we go straight from 69 to 420. I'm going to go... I think goblins... Are goblins cavey, foresty, or... Oh, no, hang on. Are mountainous, foresty, or cavey?
Well, we live in a basement.
We live in a basement, so...
Or a crypt, so...
So deep. Yes?
Just to say, if people can't donate, please do share.
Yes.
Share.
Share.
And let people know who are into podcasts, into comedy stuff. Share it on your social media. All very helpful.
Okay, so here is our base guy. Oh, he's so shiny. Look at his paws.
Are you making Hooper or Tripe?
We're making Hooper.
Okay.
Somebody said that you can... there's a show all colours. So I think if you go to skin colour and expand it, it might be that you've got like a... No, you've gone too far.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hang on. I'm looking at the stream, which is 1 billion miles behind. No, on that screen you were on.
Oh, yeah. Edit appearance.
And then there's skin colour.
Where's skin colour?
Below the faces.
Oh, yeah.
And then you open it.
Yes. Yeah, yes.
Try and light this side of my face a bit.
I was hoping he'd just get his phone torch out and then just shine it at this side of his face. Oh, there's so many
skin
greens.
texture is distressingly detailed, isn't it?
And look, you can see all the pores on his head.
Right.
Do you think there's a bit of a subsurface scattering going on there as well there?
Oh,
well,
there certainly is.
A little bit of subsurface scattering.
Oh, there we go. I look like the Battlefield cover.
Oh, you do? Oh, man. I was remembering how much I enjoyed playing Battlefield. Is it 2142? Yeah, the one where you were battling over spaceships.
Oh, well, they weren't spaceships.
Well, okay. Battling over big hover boys.
Big hover boys.
Right, so how deep a green do you think you go? What are we talking? What kind of tone are here? Like moss or weak green tea?
I think actually he is going to be purple.
Oh, he's going to be purple. Okay, are we talking plum? Are we talking...
No, I think like a nice lilac.
A nice lilac? How about like... Well, this guy, he looks like he's been on holiday. In the
middle
sun.
of the road, like actually purple, not just weirdly sunburned.
You look like a Parma violet. I could just lick your delicious.
Sweet.
No, Parma violets are great because I'm an old lady.
Chalky garbage.
Absolutely disgusting.
I love Parma violets and I enjoy Turkish delight because I am just a little.
They're not flavours; they're just scents.
Yeah, delicious. The delicious taste of roses, the most delicious flower. Cupcake Berry, have you tried Parma Violet Mead? Yes, I have. At Empire, I got absolutely smashed on Parma Violet Mead. It was great.
Absolutely disgusting.
And then I filled my beard with lavender oil and had a great night.
Seems like something where like one drink of it would be really sickly. I don't know how you'd get really drunk on it.
It's so sweet. It's horrible. My friend has a real line in acquiring purple booze and.
Shopkeeper, can I have your most purple liqueur, please?
Oh, I do love pear drops.
Do you love pear drops?
I can't say that without looking at a price the twink. There we go. If I look like I'm being disinterested, it's because I can't read the chat white on black, so I have it open on my phone, so it's black on white, so that I can
Amy's
actually
got special
read what
chat.
you're saying.
Right. Are you now? Is Hooper unscarred? No worries, Sam. Is Hooper unscarred or has Hooper seen?
Yeah, I think he's a fresh-faced
I think
lad.
the two of you have tased each other quite a lot.
Yeah, but tasing leaves no marks. I've checked. So moving on to Hooper, old or young, grizzled, fresh,
mid.
Hooper mid. Is that what you're going for? Hooper's mid. Mm-hmm. Hooper's mid. Freckly. Freckly or not, Ben? Do they use sunscreen?
No. This is a level of detail that I...
Freckle intensity, Ben. Tell me, what percentile of freckle intensity you would...
Very deeply unintense.
What about vitiligo?
Chatter
don't
asking
have vitiligo.
Pronouns for Hooper.
Oh, pronouns for Hooper. I never actually checked.
Fuck knows. What need do goblins have with gender?
What need goblins, we say?
Like, it's a, what with it being a social thing, like, what the fuck's a goblin society like? I don't know.
Hive-like bees, I'd imagine. Lots of crawling over each other.
Delightful.
Right. Do you think he has any body art? Or are we skipping that section? Eyes. Tell me of these eyes. Tell me of the eyes.
All eye colours. Let's have a look.
All eye colours. We've got options. We got nothing. We've got
a real MS Paint assortment.
It really is, and in no conceivable order either.
Hello.
It really is just in a,
Rumtifussel. Just want to set the expectations. We're not going to play any Baldur's Gate 3.
No, this is all character creator based.
We are just creating characters to see what we reckon the characters in our podcast might look like.
I've currently landed on red irises with black. Unfortunately, black whites to the eyes is the only phrase. What do you call the whites of the eyes? They're not called the whites. What are they? What's the outer ball?
I just call them the whites.
Bit.
Ow!
Yeah, the bit.
The bit. Okay.
Sclera, Leroy says.
Hey,
Sclera.
Sclera. Look at them all with their answers.
Lily Rose has said, "We're playing dolls."
We're playing dolls and dress up.
This is Fantasy The Sims.
Exactly. And then we're going to trap this guy in the pool until death turns up to claim his soul.
Absolutely.
Right. What do you want, Ben?
I don't know.
Brown, blue, black, darkness. Stare into the darkness. He sees.
I don't think they've got that. He's got that vibe.
No.
Foxglove Pal, we're planning on streaming till 9:30 our time.
We could go. We could match
another hour.
We could match the skin tone and go a lilac.
Let's just be a purple.
Yeah. There we are. Lovely. It's sort of a nice soft shade of lilac.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Any makeup?
No. Okay.
Now we're on to the big question, Ben. Hair. No hair. Smooth.
No. Goblins are bald.
I just want to see one thing, though.
In the live-action version, Ben's character is going to be played by the guy who plays the Dean in Community.
What's his name? What's his name?
Jim something.
So what did you just say, Ben?
Jim's, yeah.
Bruce Willis hair. There.
Well, I was thinking this is quite an Ed Harris look.
Okay.
Do you remember Ed Harris? Does anybody remember?
I'm aware of Ed Harris.
This is a real Ed Harris vibe, or this is what wig you'd wear in a Goblin production of like Julius Caesar. This is Goblinius Caesar. I thought there was
Jim Rash. Thank you,
Jim Rash. Thank you very much.
Well, in my head, it's only Jason Statham, but CGI'd onto a tiny body like Hugh Grant in Wonka.
Or indeed, oh no, it wasn't. That was just trick photography when what's his face did it in Dungeons and Dragons when Bradley Cooper plays that lady's ex-husband.
Oh yes,
and they just basically filmed him on a big chair.
that film
With
should
big
not have
pencil.
been that good.
It was so good, and it shouldn't have been.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah,
I think I know the answer to this question. Facial hair. Would a goblin have facial hair?
I don't think so.
It doesn't seem right.
No, it's just. I'm not.
This just looks like a goblin child who's trying to buy beer.
Yeah. They look like they're wearing.
My good man, I would like one of your finest ales, please. I've just come home from my job at the Goblin Factory.
Honestly, this is a goblin kink. Is putting like pasting hair onto your face.
Now, is this hair bought or found? I feel like I know the answer to my truth in my heart.
So Hooper's is bought, Tripes is found.
I found some hair and I've popped it on my face. It is a sex thing. Don't worry. Okay, so it's. Oh, hang on, I've accidentally done that. Smooth. Okay, so currently you're just a little pointed purple egg.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pointy egg.
Pointy egg. That's Hooper. Now,
because Hooper's a complete nerd because he gets a big book out and he does the rules, right?
It's true. Does Baldur's Gate have? No, it just has some face options. It doesn't have the. It doesn't have much in the way of like face shapery.
There's like a secret.
Oh, I was hoping there was some more face shapery.
Yeah,
well, should we click around?
It's a bit handsome at the moment.
He's a bit handsome. Okay, so let's see.
You don't think he's handsome?
He's a bit too handsome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think Hooper would be handsome?
I think he's a dapper little fellow.
I mean, to be honest, this is probably the most handsome fella.
I quite like the last one, the bottom of the list.
This guy.
Yeah.
A little more interesting, a little bit more lived in.
Yeah, got a little bit of a 5 o'clock shadow.
A little bit
which
of
I think is maybe acceptable. It's weird, that's fine to me, but you put like actual facial hair and it's disgusting.
Disgusting. Okay, so hang on. Do you think that in goblin culture, there's like, look, you've got a 5 o'clock shadow, it's fine, but as soon as it gets long, it's like, keep that behind closed doors. That is, there are children here. Please, sir, go home and shave.
Also, vague dong size is, I think specifically Saints Row, because there's a slider for it. This one, I think you can pick dong type.
There's a penis A, a penis B, and a penis C.
They've got a variety, but I don't think they're particularly length based.
I believe there's sort of two general sizes, and then whether or not you're circumcised.
Honeybee Charm has said should not have eyebrows. Eyebrows are cursed. And Night Sky has said what makes goblins handsome is that they're not handsome.
Yeah, they're not handsome. They're just confident. Yes. Do you think the eyebrows?
Can we make them?
I think we can
gone?
probably lose the eyebrows. I need hair colour, I suppose.
Should we just make the hair the same colour as the?
Yes. So where's the hair? Skin tone, maturity, body art, hair. You think hair would also have hair colour?
Maybe you have to pick a hairstyle to get the colour options because currently you're bald.
But
yes,
then how do you colour your eyebrows? Really?
You can't colour your eyebrows. I remember the Baldur's Gate 3 character creation system being more robust than this.
Okay. So choose one. We'll choose the colour and then go back to bald, and hopefully that saves the colour.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Oh god, it's like he works in game design.
Purple.
There, that kind of lightish purple.
Yeah, light purple.
Yeah, I think that's
right. Healthy BLW says, "Oh my god, Tim, just fucking scroll."
Ben, that has worked. That has worked.
There we go.
There we are. You can kind of see them, but if you zoom out, that could just be a shadow.
Rainbow, no, we cannot have a Canon dong because Twitch will take.
But let's just say, look, he's got nothing to complain.
Back in heat.
He's that. Like Liam Neeson, a Mondo dong.
Hooper is laying pipe.
Hooper. Look, let's just say that when it comes at the end of the day and Hooper takes one leg out of his trousers and then another leg out of his trousers and then a third leg out of his trousers, if you know what I mean. Oh, guys,
that
good
joke
content.
Coming to you straight from Austin Powers Gold member.
It does. In God, and also I believe the film, is it the film Dude, Where's My Car, or Freddy Got... No, there's one where people are having an argument in a hot tub, and no, it's the film Basketball, the Trey Parker and Matt Stone film Basketball, where they're having an argument and somebody turns and very quickly a penis 8 feet long just sort of swings across with the momentum, and then it's never commented on. And that film I will not watch because it has probably not aged well in any sense, in any factor.
It has not.
It has not. And I remember enjoying it when I was 12.
Yep.
And now should not watch it.
It's one of those films that was like probably very clever for 2005.
Clever for 05. But you know what? You know who we also considered clever in 2005? Donald Rumsfeld. And how did that work out for us? Think it through, guys.
Hi, Monty.
Hi, Monty. Right. Okay. So that currently is...
Okay. Well, then we've got to choose a class, which I think is Wizard. Because book nerd.
Book nerd.
He has very long arms.
He has very long arms, doesn't he?
I just like putting my arms down
that's a
by
warlock,
my side
Tim.
to see where they reach to. But
What?
they do go quite... Actually, I've got very long arms. So.
You're like a fucking goblin.
I am. They had to do a test on me to see if my arms were too long for my body height.
And if they were, they'd have to take them away.
No, they weren't. So it is a test for Marfan syndrome.
What's the difference between a wizard and a warlock, Ben?
Wizards get their power from the arcane and learn it through books. Warlocks get their power through the occult and usually have a benefactor of some sort, whether that is like a demon or a fae, or because it's fucking obligatory, some sort of Cthulhu prick. You know.
Sort of Cthulhu prick.
Oh, people love tentacled shit from beyond the veil of reality.
What?
Yeah.
And a sorcerer is the one where they're actually kind of like weaving the magic from raw energy.
Yeah, sorcerers are spontaneous casters, so they often have some sort of magical creature in their bloodline. So it's like my great-great-great-great-grandmother was, you know, a fire elemental or some shit.
The energy in chat, literally since you opened Baldur's Gate 3, we're not even playing it, but the energy has gone a certain way.
With phrases like...
enough,
God.
Oh, so funnily enough, a couple of days ago, I was at a talk with the lead companion writer for Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh.
Very interesting.
And
I did not get the joke that when you fuck Halsin as a bear,
yes,
you fuck the big gay bear as a bear.
As a bear, of course. I also didn't put that together.
Yeah.
And I had to edit that cutscene with my own face. So you'd have thought I'd be paying attention.
Yeah. When they said that, I was like, God, I'm straight.
Yeah. And you should quietly put down your lanyard and had to leave the event. All right, so we are a wizard. What's your background?
Just interrupting for 1 second, because this is just a brain thing. If 5 more people in chat follow us on Twitter who aren't following us already, it'll get to 300, and that will be very satisfying for me. At Goblins Pod.
At Goblins Pod.
Carry on.
What's your background? We're doing a charlatan, criminal, an entertainer, an outlander, a noble, a folk hero, an urchin.
I think maybe like a guild artisan.
A guild artisan. Okay, so you're sort of like middle class.
Yeah, Hooper strikes me as somebody who maybe was a scrivener.
Yes. There's a little bit more
feeling.
But like from and obviously we've only got one episode to go on to, like a scrivener that kind of fell out the bottom of the class. Like there's some skill there but no application.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ethan.
Thank you, Ethan.
Ethan's like our chief hype man at the moment.
I don't know what it relates to, but someone in chat just said because fuck Elon.
Just fuck him.
Just generally. Oh, it's Foxglove Power. Fuck Elon. I don't know what that relates to, but strongly agree.
Correct.
All we're saying is that Sam really fancies Elon Musk.
He really fancies Elon Musk. He just wants to...
I just want to hear all his views. I just want to hear what he thinks about things.
At length, if you would mind.
I want him to come to me and invent buses like it's his fucking idea.
You want to wake up beside him and see the most divorced man's bedside table. It's Coke Zeros and his fucking cyberpunk gun.
Yep. And like some proteins and some multivitamins. But absolutely. The multivitamins are called like Vitifuck, and they're for
302. Sorry.
Each one has Joe Rogan's face on it.
Each one. You know what is new cereal? Roganos. Get angry in the morning.
Actually, that's the thing. I want Hooper to be played by Joe Rogan because
yes.
I want a goblin whose neck is wider than his head.
You've got to have a goblin neck wider than your head.
Yeah.
Okay, lovely stuff. Well, there he is. There he is in all his glory. Our smooth little goblin egg. Right, let us... Should we do... Who should we do then? Who should we do? Because I'm worried if Hooper, is he not going to just end up being relatively similar if we can't do much to the... Tripe, rather, if we can't do much to the face?
Well, I guess you have to try and do Nyx, because...
We'll try and do Nyx.
I'm the only other person...
you could make my character and just try and make a normal
Do
man.
you just try and make a normal guy?
It's just a normal man.
Just
make the normalist.
Make a normal guy. Okay, so just a normal human
just
guy.
Going for a few minutes.
That's okay. So it's normal human guy. Sam, if you're okay with telling me, how old are you?
Me, myself.
You
or the
yourself.
character?
Well, I just have a strong feeling that those are the same answer.
Yeah, I'm 40.
40.
For
okay.
the big 40.
So, and do you feel like maybe that this guy would be sort of from like the southeast of a small sort of maritime island? Let's say England. So do you think maybe
England particularly? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going for sort of like probably a white British 40-year-old male who's lived mostly in the southeast.
Yeah.
Let's get creative. Okay, so let's try.
Perfect.
Okay, so now where's the selection for the various shades of pale?
Yeah.
Let's have a look here. If you were to describe your skin tone, Sam, if you were to compare it to the sort of like, if you imagine like an uncooked chicken breast, being sort of that kind of like pale pallid start, and then as you cook the chicken breast, it takes on sort of more ruddy hues. Where would you say that? Sorry, your character. Where would you say your character lands?
Sure, like a battered but unfried cod fillet.
Unfried cod fillet. Okay, so hang on. Let's see how.
Well,
let's see how white we
sort
can
of
go.
a really a battered one would be sort of like a really cool yellow.
Yeah,
like
that would be sort of like
very.
Where's there's too much green in that yellow?
Really desaturate.
No, it's on the white. It's up at the top, but there's just like a very like a hint.
We've just gone on, says, Sam, how did you get in character for such an exotic kind of person? Yeah, I really stepped out of my comfort zone with
the colours.
guy.
The colours that you can click on, and the colours that appear on your face. This guy's got like a vitamin disorder. That's like a doctor would spot you in a supermarket and say you've got purple lips. You need to come to the hospital now. Oh no, this guy's grey.
Mm-hmm.
I want paler.
Why don't let's pick a face. I don't know if perhaps it biases the base shade of the face based on the face.
There we go.
So hang on, which one would you say is the most?
We need the Sammiest face. Is it maybe head 8?
Is that head 8? Sam's face? How are you feeling on the chin? Let's not make
this
too personal.
What about the one above it? Well, no, but sorry. I feel like the Sam's character would look.
What about face 8? He's got your nose. I mean, he's got your character's nose. Okay, right, okay. Sorry, I'm having too much fun. How do I make him paler?
Like Veresma, if we're choosing Sam's face and we've ended up at Oscar Isaac's face, then congratulations to Sam.
Congratulations,
I'll
Sam.
take it.
He's the most fuckable man in all of the Marvel universe. Is Oscar Isaac?
I've watched
one of the
so
most
many things with
tedious sub series on Moon Knight.
That was the first episode was so good though.
It was all right.
Never went anywhere.
Nothing.
Yeah,
just
it wasn't as frustrating as oh Christ, I can't remember their fucking names. What's the one where naughty Captain America appears?
Naughty Captain America.
Yeah, like Cut Price Captain America.
Cuck Avengers. No, that's a parody.
Oh fucking hell! And they were like they were the sort of refugee group, and they're like, but wait, they're terrorists. And we're like, fucking hell. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Thank you, Kerry.
I made such a hard decision to never even begin to consider watching that.
I watched it, and it started off quite promising, and then it just kept being like they made the most disappointing choice every single time. And it's like, it turns out these people fighting for the rights of refugees are actually wrong uns.
Actually,
Sorry,
wrong-uns.
everyone.
Yeah.
We hinted at maybe America's the wrong un, but then we had a heart-to-heart with a soldier, and
He let us know.
turns out, yeah, no.
Actually,
Just turn that
America
fan a
is
little bit so
good.
it's on me as well.
Yeah.
There you go. Is that hitting you?
Yeah, that's better. Thank you.
Now, Sam, how befreckled and I was going to say besmirched, but that's a different thing.
Smirched.
Why don't you just put your face really close to the camera? Just not for any
because we just want
particular
to see
reason.
your character. Okay, hang on. Right.
Are we making Sam specifically?
No, we're making
No,
Sam's
we're making
character,
Sam's character.
the boss and the guard, which is one character, but one of them is
Just
more
one guy.
Cockney.
And who don't look like Sam at all.
At
Just
all.
any
Just
resemblance to any characters alive or dead
Living
is
or dead,
pure.
purely coincidental.
Yay!
And of course, body art, because we all imagine the guard having just a very large mount.
Nerd made me.
Oh, lovely.
Got some Nick's art.
Got some Nick's art.
On the, Twitter.
Do you think maybe at one point the boss or the guard was part of a Los Angeles-based gang and therefore got this kind of script tattooed on their head?
I think the boss maybe has number 3 just because he really likes octopuses. He's just really into...
Yeah. Like during that whole scene, you've just got to imagine that the guy who's worried about getting crumbled suede has 2 octopus tattoos on his
really
face.
into sea life, you know?
And they're white tattoos because, he's that kind of guy.
White tattoos.
White
Wow.
tattoos. Look at that. Oh, God. Just show chat how much... That is the key art that has been done for Nick's. The camera is struggling. It's so bright.
Yeah, that is very pale.
So cool.
But I'm gonna make
like
it
the
so it's
glow.
faded. Like he got them in his youth. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There we go. It does sort of look like you've been to an incredibly intense children's birthday party.
This is the boss, because the boss is very, very normal, except that twice a year he goes to Berghain.
Yeah, absolutely. Is that like European Burning Man?
Club in Berlin, isn't it?
Very famous club.
Oh,
do you
the
remember the Hitman level?
Yes.
That's Berghain. Like, it's Berghain with a zero on the start.
Is that the club that has somebody on the front door who randomly basically tells you no so that the club can have mystique in a way that irritates me to the point I wish the club would burn down to the ground?
It also has a famous man who desperately wants you to piss in his mouth in urinals.
Well, I mean, that's fine.
There's the Berghain piss guy.
The Berghain piss guy. Well, I've got to do something when I'm abroad, so I think I'd like you to just back off.
A Nerd has shared that art with a link in the chat if anyone wants to look at it, and 2, Erin has said he's got octopus-shaped sunglasses.
Oh yeah, but you can't take them off. Any piercings?
None that you can see.
None that you can see. So he has got some, but let's just say
Really is.
he clanks when he sits down.
Night Sky has said he tries to cover up the tattoos with foundation, but he didn't find the right shade, so it looks even worse.
It does. It does. He just highlighted where the tattoos are.
Can we make it slightly more faded then? Just like you can just see that
yeah.
very hint of it
Very hint.
up the
There.
top.
There we
Tim
go.
just fucking scroll.
I am scrolling.
Scroll harder.
Karen, time since piss last mentioned 0. Okay, lovely. Right, eyes. What kind of eyes?
Look, Veresima, if people aren't giving us money based on the content of this stream, I don't think they're going to enjoy the show.
This show's not for you. I'm so sorry. Bone sack. Sam.
It is amazing how much less piss is involved when me, Imogen, and Jenny.
Yeah, let's just say
Are
that I'm
involved,
really sorry that the editing process does cut out a lot of the piss references that Ben and I would like to include.
Hold your breath for episode 3, okay?
Yeah. Hold your breath underneath
Town.
a vat of piss.
Goblins go to Piss Town.
Goblins
Yeah.
go to
Goblins-
piss.
Goblins
sack.
meet the piss ghost.
Why? Oh, sorry, I'm just looking at the episode 5, and it's yet again another piss-based mythical creature. I just didn't know there was that many. Yeah,
it's just me with a big book, flipping back and forth furiously. What's the pissiest like cryptid? Fuck.
The Uric Comnicon or something.
Baba Yaga, but piss.
Yeah, Pissy Yaga, the piss weasel.
Jeff the piss mongoose.
Jeff the piss mongoose. Lady
Lady of the Lake, but the lake is piss.
Jenny piss teeth.
Piss teeth.
The Loch Piss monster. You know.
Oh, criminal lamp Pistergeist. Yeah.
Pistergeist. Sorry.
I said I need to stop trying to read the chat there. It's not working.
What colour eyes do you? I mean, what colour eyes do your character have, Sam?
Brown.
Brown. Just brown.
Beige.
Dark brown or light brown?
Light brown.
Light brown. Shit brown? Like light shit brown or mid shit brown?
Hazel or
hazel. Sorry, hazel is the word I'm looking for.
Chestnut.
Chestnut, which I believe would be that one. That sort of warm brown.
Remember, Sam, don't you know Baba Yaga is always pissing herself a little?
Yeah, just a little. Just a little.
Just a little.
Right, so you've just had a haircut, Sam. So do you think your character might have just had a haircut?
Yeah, just now.
Like just today. Okay, so I need
just
something.
Come out of the barbers.
What I would describe your hairstyle as is currently like cool, sensible.
I'll do it. Can you change the direction of the swoop?
Oh, like this. This is close.
Yeah, that's actually.
I'd like a shorter side.
But that's pretty solid.
Pretty
I mean,
solid.
yeah, it's pretty what I imagine his character to
be. Hang on, let's
like.
just see. Is there anything? Well, I mean, sorry, I'm so sorry. I didn't realise there was the clearest representation of Sam. I mean, character's hairstyle. Excellent. No, I think you are right. I think it's. This is what happens to my hair if I get it wrong.
Yeah.
It just sort of turns into a vampiric pompadour sort of a thing.
Turn into Data from Star Trek.
There we go. That's it.
There we go.
No.
We weren't on Windblow. We were on. What is it?
No, you did.
We're there. We're on that one,
yeah.
but it is more that one.
Yeah.
So then I will take a look at that song after the stream.
There we go. And just a little salt and pepper in there. Just a touch of salt and pepper. Just for men. Aging with grace.
It's a nice shader.
And then, bam, monsters. And then back in.
Oh, thank you for the very nice message, Ebanana.
And do you have any natural highlights in your character's hair, Sam?
Yeah, I got frosted tips. Yeah.
Frosted tip or blue? Frosted tips blue? Blue frosted tips?
What is it? The highlight is it? Yeah. What is the actual? Oh, okay, there we go.
So you can have sort of like, is your hair all really uniform one colour with salt and pepper, or is there sort of a? Because like for me, I've got brown hair with like reds and blondes just sort of in there somewhere.
I do have a bit of other colours, but it's mainly just kind of tedious European chestnut.
Tedious European chestnut.
Moose, would you mind popping the Crowdfunder link in the chat again, please?
Go on, Moose, wouldn't you mind?
Or Erin, or Pentol.
There we go.
Just know that Moose has been on it.
Currently,
thank you very much.
I feel like this is.
Thank you, Mectel.
This is
it's
like
pretty close.
It's pretty close, but it's sort of like a character, sort of like an actor that had sort of like a child acting career, then got into trouble in their teens, and now has returned as sort of like an interesting character actor, and has started to turn up and stuff, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah. They've sort of come into their own.
Bye, RC Birdie. I hope work doesn't suck too much.
Bye, RC Birdie.
Also, thank you, Ebanana, for the nice message about.
Oh, was there a nice message?
I said that like 2
No, but nobody said what it was.
It wasn't highlighted. Oh
yeah, I would say congratulations on the God Pod. I like God Pod. Should we start hashtag God Pod?
Hashtag God Pod.
Complete photo by Ben's princely hair. I haven't acting. I used the clip of you saying acting to great effect.
I've watched it. I've watched it.
Acting.
My own conversation. I mean, it was better than that, but Tim butchered it.
For fuck's sake, mate. I love the launch trailer. Also, like podcast so far. I'm very excited to see what House is all very special human and the human's very special friends. That's very nice. Thank you. Now, facial hair. So, I would say the character has. It's called it plain goatee, which I feel is a little bit, a little bit harsh,
judgmental.
Yeah. Have you ever? So, have your character ever gone for like just the soul patch bottom, or as this calls it, the charming devil? Or have you always? Have they always stuck to?
He sometimes goes without the moustache, but I look like a magician. They look like a magician.
I mean, it does sound like it feels like you should be called the Amazing Daniel.
You do look that. Sorry, your character does at that point look like somebody you should not leave in a left alone with a woman.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alice. Alice is at Disneyland and is trying to check in on stream.
Incredible. It's so expensive to be at Disneyland. What an insane thing to spend your time on if you were like, I'm the most expensive place on earth. Must check in on this stream. So we really do appreciate that. Dr. Luke has shouted, never date a magician. Okay, so we're going to go there, and we're going to go... it's quite dark, your character's beard, just looking at stream. So let's just...
Just looking into the mind's eye.
Just looking into the mind's feed. Yeah, I think there. With a little... Oh, no, that's not right. That's adjusting that one. That's not facial hair. Yeah, the facial hair greying doesn't affect the beard.
Hair.
Oh,
I like to grow my beard on top of my head.
Only if like at the full extreme. It's like the beard is the last one to go.
But they're like they're very much like, oh, you can try and make any character you want. We're really open, but also your hair has to be grey than your beard. You are not allowed to have a grey beard and keep the colour in your hair. That is not.
There are rules in the universe.
Unfortunately, the hit point system, for some reason during production, got linked to the greying system, and so we can't change the greying system now. Otherwise, the whole balancing breaks. So just accept that that's how it works, and you can't change the face of your shape. You have to choose one of 4 pre-selects.
Yep. There's a Lua script in there that nobody knows how to edit, so that's what's happening.
Right, there he is. Now, what class? Bard. Look at this prick.
Obsess says, why is Game Sam hot? You know why.
Because this over here is England's most fuckable special guest star of the Goblins pilot. And you'll be lucky.
Yeah, baby.
He'll make you a sandwich midway through, while still going. So what class would you say we got? This is Bob. Now I've seen you dressed like this. I've seen your character dressed like this, Sam. Bard. This guy is at a Ren fair and will sell you ease. This guy is at a Ren fair and takes it far too seriously.
I have to go and piss the dog.
Have you got to go milk your dog of piss?
I've got to go and squeeze him like a... So I'll be back. Erin is going to fill in.
Okay, Erin can decide.
Me.
Yes, I know. I'm modding.
Game Sam looks like he'd fuck you and then disappear before breakfast, having stolen your coffee.
There's a lot of Sam thirst in the
Well,
chat.
have you not seen what we've made?
Great.
Have you not seen what
I mean,
we've made?
no, this is Sam's
Klein,
character.
is
This
that
is nothing
you?
to do. This is nothing to do with Sam.
Sorry, no, this is Sam's character from the show, who's very different to Sam.
Sam's original character.
Against it. Yes, I saw. I haven't read it yet, but I will look in a sec. Nothing against it. I'm polyamorous. You go for it. But oh, Monty, what the fuck is going on, bud? Sam just tried to pull him out from underneath the desk, and he did a little sad yelp. 1 second.
Oh, buddy, no! Let me be at the foot. So we just need to decide on Sam's character's outfit. So these are the options. Can you see the feed currently? So we've got a barbarian.
I can see everything. Yeah.
Everything. You can see everything. We didn't choose whether or not he had a Mondo dog, but unfortunately we're on Twitch, and so we can't look at that yet.
No characters. Sam's character's long.
Bard. We've got Bard. We've got Cleric. A bit boring.
Oh,
here.
show me Barbarian again. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Oh, definitely not.
Okay. Druid. He's got little epaulets. They're made of leaves.
Yeah, the closest thing I think so far is the Cleric.
Fighter. Yeah. He looks a little bit like Littlefinger now. Like that.
Yeah.
There's a little finger to him. Monk. Okay, now there's something of Moon Knight to him. Speaking of Moon Knight. The Paladin. This is very Ren Fair as well.
Yeah, that's very Ren Fair. Okay.
The Ranger. Leather Daddy.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, that could work.
Yeah, Leather Daddy. I like that.
Leather Daddy work. The Rogue. Sort of like...
no, too handsome.
Absolute slam. Too handsome. Sorcerer.
I'm between Ranger and Cleric right now. But
between Ranger and Cleric. Okay. Well, then we've got 2 more. Warlock. Just magic leather. And then Wizard. Sure. Just classic. Just sort of classic. No, this is Doctor Strange. This is just Doctor Strange, I'm afraid. I'm afraid we've made Doctor Strange.
Keep that in mind for when we get on to Nyx.
So, was it Ranger or Cleric?
I think Cleric feels most accurate to the character, right?
What, the guy who runs the planning department at West Sussex County Council?
Yeah, just like admin, innit?
Just admin, yeah. And you know what? What's a cleric but just somebody who does war admin?
Isn't that what a cleric is? They're just administrators.
Well,
I feel like in a religious context, isn't a cleric
I suppose
an admin
so.
guy, right?
Yeah, because a clerical assistant and a cleric is just basically he's like the man in the town who can write is cleric.
Okay, yeah, sure, him, I think.
Yeah,
there we go.
It's clerical work.
Clark. Thank you so much, everyone. Clark.
No, but there's clerk like a clerk of the court and a cleric because it's like clerical work. Clerks do clerical work. They don't do clerical work.
Well, ultimately, at the end of the day, I feel like it's Sam's choice, but he's currently milking the dog.
He's milking the dog of piss.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. There was a body type option. Oh no, that was the different. Oh yes, so they have small lady, big lady.
Dog salute, but I fucking
always
love
I'm down
knuckers.
for big lady.
Love a knucker.
Always.
Had to correct him about knuckers.
Oh, we had to re-record it. I call them a draconic spirit, and they're a
No. You said they were an equine water spirit, and
Yes.
you're not. No, that's kelpies, etc.
kelpies.
But a knucker is a draconic water spirit.
Oh, I forgot to say, can I didn't forget to say, I said it in chat and nobody saw it or ignored it, but can I be a Mary Lloyd in one episode of
we have
please?
specifically said if we are is Mary Lloyd a Welsh folkloric
Yeah, it's
thing?
a horse.
A Welsh horse.
Yeah.
Yes, so we specifically said if we have any Welsh if we have any Welsh needs, Erin is who we're going to.
Yeah. It's
me.
Erin Ray for all
Welsh
your Welsh needs.
Tim, do you know
Yeah,
the horse
that's
skulls
me.
on top of blankets that you see people
Yes.
have horse skull on a stick and they're hiding
That's the
under
one,
the
yeah.
blanket? That's the thing.
Okay, yeah.
And they like go. I think you'd quite like the Mary Lloyd because they go up to people's houses. It's like a Christmas thing. They go around to people's houses and they basically do like an improvised rap of like, "Let me in, let me have your food," and then the house owner has to rap back, "No, you can't have my food," and then whoever wins the rap battle gets what they want, basically.
Incredible.
So I think you would actually really enjoy it.
So they give me that
Come
grub,
me, come
please
me,
don't
come
be a
me,
scrub.
come me.
You know, that kind
What's
of thing.
the
Yeah, yo, let me in, let me eat all your beer and your gin. I want to eat all of your food, or I'm gonna kill all of your brood. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, you
And then the
kill
house
their
owner has
family.
to be like, go away, not today, not today. But also in Welsh as well.
And
because
that's where I would
Is it-
fall down.
It's
Is it-
Wales.
Is it mumming in England?
Well, mumming is
Is that what
acting.
mumming is?
Mummer, so like a mummer's tale.
What's the name? Because there's I mean obviously there's this tradition in a lot of places. It's like the South West is like they've got their own version of like, I think it's genuinely gimme cider or something, which is a little bit stereotypical, but you know. Yeah,
Is
it's
it
obviously
also
very
what was that thing that got that has got its major representation through an Assassin's Creed game? The only way to absorb culture is it flighting, the kind of like Nordic rhyme battling.
poetry battling, yeah.
Flighting.
Just want to be really clear for Mango. So obviously Andrew did the art for Goblins, and Andrew is actually much more well-read on the Mary Lloyd than I am. So yeah, Andrew, Mary Lloyd expert. Plenty of Mary Lloyds around his and Franklin's house. There are so many Mary Lloyds in that house.
So many Mary Lloyds.
Yeah.
Does Mary Lloyd have anything to do with the magazine Marie Claire?
No.
Okay, that's my only question.
Although
I had.
one time she did an interview, but they couldn't post it, and her agent emailed to say why, and the magazine simply responded with the pictures that were taken during the photo shoot for the interview, and nothing more was said. So yeah, that's a little bit of Mary Lloyd lore for you.
A bit of Mary Lloyd. I'm confused. Is Mary Lloyd a specific? I've become confused as to what the bit is. I don't know enough. I'm being jabbed.
Can we make Nick now?
You're not.
Yes, we can.
I'm being a silly goose and being mean to you, and I'm going to go and lie down now. Goodbye.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
friend.
Bye bye. The dog has been pissed. We're all good. It's actually
Tim.
much
Yes.
calmer again.
We have 20 minutes left.
Yes.
Can you do a very quick project summary, and then we'll make Nick's?
Yes. Okay. So this good 143 folk who have stuck around. This is the crowdfunding stream for the G.O.B.L.I.N.S podcast. G.O.B.L.I.N.S is a fantasy folklore comedy starring many of the people you know and love from Stella Firma. In fact, everybody involved has been in Stella Firma, I believe.
Yes.
It follows Elizabeth, who is a council worker, works in the planning department, who crosses beyond the veil and gets sucked into the world of Fayish bureaucracy and danger in the Fey realm with Hooper and Tripe, the goblins, Elisar Crowshackle, the elven himbo, all whilst being hounded by the poltergeist Nyx, played by Amy Dickinson. We have produced a pilot. That pilot is available for free right now on Acast and Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all of the places. Take a listen to it. Thank you, Moose. Moose is just posting all of those links now. If you like it and would like to hear a whole season, then please donate to the Crowdfunder, which began today. We are currently at... Where's the number? 1,4,354 pounds.
Thanks very much, everyone.
Thank you very much.
18%.
We are 18% funded, nearly 20% on the first day, which is a great start. But there's a long old way to go, and we'd appreciate your support. If you can't support us financially, that is absolutely fine. Please do share. Visibility is our greatest asset. Is that everything?
Yeah.
Nailed it. Right, let's make Nyx. So
it's going to be fun because, like.
So Nyx is
invisible.
I have a podcast question.
Oh, please.
So the final show is going to be free for everyone, or is it going to be behind a paywall?
The very final show.
The series.
Yeah, the series.
Free for everyone. So this is to get it made. Once it's made, it will be available to all. It will not be a you pay to play sort of a thing. It's just where we want to pay fairly all the people involved, not only ourselves for writing and creating and running it, but our artists, our editor, and indeed our transcriber who will be transcribing the episodes so they are accessible. Yes, and we've budgeted out what that costs to pay everybody fairly, and that is the number we are aiming to raise.
Yep.
And it's always more
everyone else is. How are you going to make the whole thing work with only £200, Tim? Because my fee is obviously 20.
Yeah, your fee is 20. Yeah. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to pay you the money, but then we're going to invite you to the Guillotine Factory and ask you to bring all of your savings along. And you being the fool that you are.
Off I go! It's all in cash. Is that okay?
That's absolutely fine, mate. Absolutely fine.
I don't know what any of these things are, so I'm going to, vibe them.
Okay, so...
I know what a human is.
You sure?
Yeah, just get through them. Go quick.
Okay, so we got elf.
No.
Tiefling.
Okay.
Drow. Human. Githyanki. Dwarf. Half-elf. Halfling.
Yep.
Gnome. Dragonborn. Half-orc.
I liked drow. What's a drow?
A drow is like a dark elf who lives underground, I believe.
Yeah.
Elf what is evil.
While the Lawsworn delight in the goddess's evil tenets, the Seldrine reject her attempt to overthrow the leader of the Elven Pantheon. So you could literally be sort of like a devil-worshipping underdweller.
Cool. Spiders. Lolth is a spider.
Lolth is a big spider.
Lolth is a spider god.
Lolth, do you want to pray to a big spider?
Sure. I was just looking at that question in the chat.
I'd like to be a goblin, but I'm not sure if I will have a choice of who I get to know. Yes, so what we will do is, for those who are naming, if you have a specific, really, if you just call somebody thing, that's a thing. If you're I would really like to name, a major group, somebody from a major group, something, we'll accept that.
Yeah, I think if it's human, goblin, elf, fae...
Yeah.
Then you can send us a specific name. Anything other than that will probably be more sporadically included, so that'll be a bit more difficult. But anything from those categories.
Yeah. It's obviously all up to our ultimate discretion, but we will do our best to make it sort of as close to what you are looking for.
What was the dragon one?
Dragonborn.
Was they?
He does this little. Every time you select him, he sort of does this little move.
I think the drow is the one to go for. What's tiefling? Are they any more evil? Descended from devils, so it's got to be that one, hasn't it?
Tiefling.
Not necessarily evil. Drow will be more evil generally than.
Oh tiefling. Yeah, but I'm just going for look. I'm going for vibe here. I'm not going for.
You want that?
Judging the book by the old cover.
Choose between tiefling and drow.
Tiefling or drow from chat. Tiefling. Drow.
They're all saying tiefling, drow, tiefling. Yeah, let's go tiefling.
Tiefling.
Drow.
Oh, but then there's loads of drows.
It's always if you want to.
Pental, can you do a poll?
Yeah, Pental, can you do a poll, please?
Pental, please.
Pental, Moose, please.
Pental,
I think
engaged.
Drow's just about winning.
Oh, we're going just about.
It's pretty split. But we've had a couple more tieflings.
Me up and pour me out.
Keitho, if you can have horns and a tail, you should. Sorry, I just like.
Pentel, can we have a poll, either tiefling or drow for Nyx?
What do you want? Leave me alone. Yeah, give a poll, like a snap poll, a real July snap election of.
We'll bring you snackies tomorrow.
Yeah. Weirdly, rather than tiefling or drow, it's the answers come back Keir Starmer by default. So I don't know what race that is.
Sorry, I had
Cupcake.
to put a fan on because my room is 8,000 degrees.
You got a hot room? Why? What's so weird about your hot room?
Toasty roaster.
A toasty roaster, indeed. There we are. Drow or elf? The snap poll has begun.
Drow.
It
was drow or tiefling.
No, tiefling.
Well, elf is tiefling. Elf is tiefling.
Elf is
drow
tiefling.
or tiefling.
Elf is tiefling.
Da 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 da. Daffy Daffy tiefling. Daffy Daffy tiefling. Teef Tolf Teef. Did we say elf?
No.
I always assume that when a mistake is made, it is mine. And
I think
that was Tim Pentel saying that was Tim. I think I might have said the word elf. Tim said elf.
Proof that Pentel is really not watching the stream, though.
I mean, in all fairness, Pentel flew between countries today.
Yeah, Pentel's in the UK. Pentel's currently at. Oh, I was about to say exactly where Pentel was, and I probably shouldn't dox.
Martin says Tim 100% said elf.
Shut up, Martin.
We can always trust Martin.
Shut up, Martin.
Martin doesn't stir trouble ever.
Yeah. Right. Well, it's drow hottie.
Okay, let's go drow then.
We're going drow. Right.
It was fun meeting Martin the other day, and neither of us could work out if we'd met before, or if we just knew each other from stream.
Just from stream. Would you like? Which body type would you like? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I can see any difference between 2 and 3.
So
I'm going 3.
Going 3.
Slightly taller?
Yeah.
Oh, slightly more built, I think. Very slightly more built.
Right. Okay. Face.
Hi, Jem.
Which face would you? Hang on. I'm gonna get hair out of the face, so you can.
Are we looking at face first?
Let's go.
Or are we
we're looking at face first, but the hairstyle it
okay.
chose covered most of the face.
Okay.
We got this. We've got the Roman nose.
Obsessed says Martin is my favourite Meredith brother.
What are we feeling?
Okay, go back to the first one on that row.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. And then go back to the last one on the other row. No, on the other row. And then the one before that. I'm taking this very seriously.
You're taking it very seriously.
Yeah.
This one's a little bit more no shit. This is a bit more like.
Yeah, she looks a bit more like fuck you.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where to next?
God, so quiet. Skin tone. We've got all of the options. Can we find a perfect white? The perfect white of a ghost.
Why is everyone saying yay, Jem?
What's happened to Jem?
Jem has a new house.
Jem has a new house. Congratulations, Jem.
Yay, Jem.
On the new house.
Yeah, they keep it really realistic. Like, well, except for that fucking blue.
Yeah, they're like blue, but not perfectly white.
Can I
not
have the mouse?
White. You can have the mouse.
That's probably the ghostliest.
Yeah, the ghostliest ones are sort of down there.
Yeah.
Because they call those vampire tone. You're in Githyanki territory there. Now you're into plums. Oh, hang on. At one point, I think you entered a skin tone that I would describe as like the inside of a strawberry pie in a film.
Was it that one?
Like cooling on a windowsill. That was the sound of a man adjusting his bum.
I'm just playing.
But these drow, they have a nicer sheen on their face than the gnomes.
The gnomes were a bit more oily. Oh, this storm tones.
I kind of like that one. Right, remember where that square is.
Okay.
I think like the really pale, like pastel-y, could glow colours are quite fun.
They call that fey tone, which is basically like, in western with
like
purple.
A white person, right?
Yeah,
with lipstick.
Basically, London club.
do you think? This one? Or
I
that
think
one?
Stormtown.
Was that one the one?
Yeah. Or rather than... Well, that's why decay.
Yeah.
I just like it to be greyer. I'd like you to be more corpse-like. I've always said that. And then when they discover your body in the insurance policy, this will come up to...
enough. The other day, I wasn't feeling very well. And I came in to the office.
What did I say?
And I said, Tim, look, I don't look very well. And he said, it looks like your face is about to fall off.
Your face did look like it was about to fall off. You had a face tiredness level that concerned me. I'm going to have to press you to make a decision. Okay? There we go. We proceed.
Excuse me, I'm going glasses mode.
Oh, he's going glasses mode. Sorry. Is that...
Oh.
Sorry, is Sam here? Because a handsome broker just entered the
I'm
chat.
back.
Ah, there
Sam's
he is.
back. Don't worry, it's me, everyone. When Erin had the first
Why'd you take it away?
COVID vaccine,
Yeah.
they like felt a bit feverish before bed and felt a bit rough, and then woke up in the middle of the night and was the greenest I've ever seen a human being.
Oh my god.
jeez.
Was like if grey, grey, green, and pallid and sweaty and shaking with being cold and having a fever. It was rough.
I've only had the fever because I've had quite a few vaccines, and they're almost always fine. I've only once had the one where you basically like, would you like just like a 10% of the full illness? Enjoy.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're not fun, where you just suddenly get a fever.
Yeah, I was really lucky. I felt really sick and dizzy on the booster, but
Yeah, but
all
you
the
should
other
stop
ones was
drinking
pretty
it.
much
You just
fun.
keep on like they keep on like
I just
they,
want more.
they go
more
into
vaccines.
you with the needle, and you just go oh! And you sort of suckle it down like out of the sharpest teat, which is what you call needles.
AstraZeneca.
The delicious flavour of AstraZeneca. Fango re-asking, why doesn't the S on the end of goblins have a full stop? Is there a significance? Is it a secret? Am I just unsure of how grammar involved? That is to make it look symmetrical as a title, more than anything else. If you put a full stop in the end, although it is more grammatically correct, it makes it look weird.
I don't think she's
Then you'd have to put a full stop at the beginning, and that's a whole.
And that's a whole
problem.
thing.
Oh, piercings. Are they separate? Because
Yeah, they are separate.
how do I get... Hang on, I need to go back to nothing. Yeah.
I mean,
That's
so
just
far...
Tim is not the sharpest teat in the shed.
Not the sharpest teeth in the shed. I've been drinking vaccines and I'm looking kind of green. And that's all I could think of.
Okay, how do I get back to none? Oh, there we go. Cool.
Eyes? I think these should be black empty windows.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
This person will smash your mugs.
That's the way to go for that.
Flame grey? Flame grey? That's where you could
Flame
have
grey.
different coloured eyes. Heterochromia. That's just an endless wink.
I just wanted to see.
The endless wink. Just hit it.
It's the worst euphemism for death.
I didn't do it.
Death,
You
the
said
endless
whoops as if I
wink.
didn't do it on purpose.
Any makeup?
I don't think we're going to do makeup. Do a big
I'm going to do a smoky eye.
whoopy wing.
That's just tired. That's a smoky eye. Set my eyes on fire. Why do people want to look like their eyes have been set on fire?
Okay.
That's my question.
Ha.
The smoky eye. No one answered because it wasn't really a question and didn't deserve an answer. So I understand that now.
Welcome to Tim's rhetorical makeup corner.
Why, guys? Foundation. Why not just dip your face in custard?
Rotom Time Machine has asked, do the rewards give the stuff from the levels below the tier you got? Can you remember the answer to that question?
Yes, so where the thing is not very specifically number limited as an individual thing and can be easily distributed, then yes, so everyone gets...
If it's an item, yes. If it's like a thing
if it's like an experiential thing. So if it's a specific message or like a shout out on episode, no, because they are specifically number limited, but everything that is, something we can give you a signed script if you're doing a higher tier and that's on a lower tier, yes, you will get everything we can send you below tiers. It's very difficult. Unfortunately, they don't allow you to sort of like mix and match them in that way on the crowdfunder pages. They're just sort of set tiers, so you just have to kind of put them all on there and then clarify later which ones you get. Honeybee Charm. Why wouldn't one want to look like they've set their eyes on fire? Obsessed. So I can't buy several karaoke nights to make Ben maximum awkward. Look, if in many ways, if one person buys multiple,
wants to do that.
more manageable.
Yeah, that'd be great.
because you can't be there twice unless they hire an actor.
Also, you'd have given us £4,000 on your own.
Yeah, and that would be good, and
That
we'd
would
love
make
you
us
to do
quite
that.
happy.
So if you could just for a moment give us £4,000, that'd be lovely.
It's giving somebody £4,000 is not the worst prank you can play on them.
No,
That's true.
You know what? When I bought my car, I played this really great prank on the garage I was buying it for. I gave them £3,500. I gave them £3,500, and they took it. They didn't
and they
know.
can just have that money and spend it on whatever they want.
It was a prank. And it's been years, and they've never noticed. What fools!
It's very hard to
Also-
work out the hair colour.
Firefly23, I'm not coming back to streams. I'm having another baby in September, so I'm
Yeah.
extremely not coming back to streams.
Yeah, the reason he had to drop out of streams initially has now been doubled. He's double not going to
baby.
be at streams. Like, we went from Ben being here to referring to Ben to pretending that Ben doesn't exist as an emotional self-defense mechanism, and now we're going to like actively spread rumors that he disappeared and has never been, and actually Rachel is just spontaneously producing children.
Chat, what colour do you
Immaculate
think for hair?
conception.
Hey,
I'm asking chat what colour they think for hair.
I think you should go a shocking white.
Yeah, I looked at that, but it doesn't look.
It's blue tinged.
Yeah.
Dr.
What
Luke
about
says
the ones at the
Imperious
top,
Bond.
like those kind of skin
Ooh,
colours at the
Imperious
top?
Bond.
Is
Yeah.
that the name of a specific?
Blonde gold, yeah. Well, no,
Colour.
blonde gold. So like,
I
you played
see,
her
yeah.
in his Dark Materials.
Why did you hit me?
Materials.
What's the
Mrs.
name?
Coulter.
Mrs. Coulter. She's an Imperious blonde, I believe.
She's got red hair in the TV series.
Dr. Sloop, like a Malfoy.
They're all like dirty blondes.
That's Malfoy-esque.
Ethan, I think there are some VODs with me in it.
Yeah, some early ones. Yeah, I don't know if it was when I can't remember when I started. Yeah, there are.
When you're able to get your shit together.
Exactly. Pentel
maybe
got
that
their
kinda
shit together
colour.
and then shouted at me until I got my shit together. Flango, quite right. Let me do number 00, colour number 00000000, you cowards. I want a full colour picker. I want that weird swoopy triangle.
Don't know what that's doing.
Oh, yeah.
I want the OK Lab colour space. That's where the money is.
OK Lab colour space.
Yeah, someone came up. Some guy just went. All these
So
colour
everything.
spaces suck. I'm going to come up with a better one,
Proceed.
and then just did
Edit
it.
character.
And it's good.
It's good. It's like it works really well for
Now
for,
what do I do?
gradients. Anyway,
What race would you? Not race. Your class. There we go. Class
There
is
we
the
go.
word I was looking for.
Playtime.
Playtime. Dress up time.
No.
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 Fancy.
No.
Barbarous.
No. No.
Casper Muir says it was very confusing. I watched Ben and Tim play Minecraft, disassociated for a while, came back and Sam was there.
I was there the whole time.
Someone had a thing about what class they thought that Nick should be earlier, and I can't remember what they said. Based purely on outfit, I'm going for sorcerer at the minute.
And it would also make sense, sort of an elemental power.
Yeah.
Also, wrote on Time Machine. Not enough.
Hmm?
That's it in joke.
No, not enough. Not enough. No. This is where our road ends with customization.
Oh, there's not a
what?
customization that makes her glow.
Alas,
No.
not. You know, you could cast a spell. You could cast an illuminate spell, I suppose, on yourself. That would make you glow. I think there's a thing that makes
I
people
wish
glow.
I could change the colour of the sorcerer outfit.
Yeah, because representative, because you don't
Yeah.
actually wear this in game. Yeah, cast light on yourself. This is our representation of Nick's RC Birdie. Yes.
But as I say, Nyx is pure, strong, emotional energy and does not have a physical form. Oh yeah, that's better.
There you go.
There we go. Yep. Did you read Katho's
Source, origin, and paladin sub? Yes, that's exactly what I read.
Yep.
And then there you go. Lovely stuff. Well, that brings us fully to time. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining one final time. If you could share the news about our podcast, Goblins.
Tell everybody.
And I know we say it, I say it again. I cannot emphasize you to enough how the main challenge is getting this in front of people so that they know it's a thing that's happening. Like, even where we've been talking about it and sharing it over the past few weeks, I'll talk to people that I feel like I interact with online all the time, and they'll go, "Oh, are you doing a podcast?" And it's like, I have spoken of nothing else for a month.
Thank you so much to everyone who's shared today and commented with how you found the pilot and promoted it over all the different social medias.
It's basically so the Discord is working on. I have noticed the dedicated Discord Cardinal Fang sub group beavering away, sharing that, and that's hugely. Dr. Leap, do you have a Tumblr hashtag? Should we stick on like Goblins Pod?
Yeah, we can. We haven't done one yet. At the minute, we are just at Goblins Pod on Tumblr, but we haven't done a hashtag for it. In fact, I'm hashtagging Stella Firma so that people who are on there.
Yes, we're trying to let the Stella Firma people who enjoy Stella Firma know that we're doing a thing, because we don't have access to those levers anymore.
Also, a huge thank you to the 64 people who have donated so far.
Thank you.
That's just mind-blowing. I don't think we thought we were going to get this far with the fundraising today, or have that many people.
And people seem to have landed so heavily on
G.O.B.L.I.N.S.
Go G.O.B.L.I.N.S. Just SEO the shit out of G.O.B.L.I.N.S. because it's fun to say.
If you enjoyed the pilot, do like tweet us about it, comment on our Instagram post, comment on Tumblr, and I will. That gives us some marketing, which is great, and I will retweet, etc.
Perfect. Wonderful. Well, thank you all so much for spending the time with us this Friday evening. Thank you very much, Ben, for taking time away from your very heavily pregnant wife and actual child.
Well, he's asleep now, so you know.
Well, and to be fair, Sodder. I think that's sort of the subtext of this. And Sam for taking time away from your just the dog that constantly needs to be milked of its piss.
Extremely
pissy boy.
And thank you to the mods.
Thank you to Imogen for dragging themselves away from what was probably a really cool house party to talk to nerds.
Hopefully we will do another one of these before the crowdfunder ends so that we can get Jenny involved.
Vague, we will never stop saying that Sam milks his dog of piss because that's just a fact and that's what happens.
Also, any future streams, including Sundays, depends on whether Pentol kills you tomorrow or not.
It's possible. Pentel is in town and Pentel may murder me. So thank you all very much. Have wonderful weekends.
Are we going to raid anyone?
I just checked and there was nobody live to raid. So yes, and we will see you.
Yeah, Johnny's ill. So
Johnny's ill. Sadly.
I didn't know that. I'm not like keeping up with his health status.
Johnny?
Somebody mentioned that they're watching this stream because Johnny's ill.
Well, Ben's going to go back to his surveillance cam network of Johnny's house, and we see you all next time. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.